Good evening, everybody. My face is not going to be on the screen tonight. I'm going to use my phone and tablet as a backup to join the Ask Me Anything with the Shiba Inu team here. We've got about 5 minutes until the Ask Me Anything officially starts on the Twitter Spaces. So at that time, I will most likely just join the space and leave you guys to listen to the space here on the computer. Because if I keep the phone running in here and it's got the microphone and then the desktop audio is playing, the audio is going to get all messed up and things are going to be weird. So if anybody has any last minute suggestions, as I most likely will not be able to read through the chat as the Ask Me Anything is going on, especially if the audio issues are there. I would like to, but I mean, maybe if I'm using my tablet, I can check out the YouTube chat and then use my phone to do the Ask Me Anything there. But either way, we're about to get started soon. And regulars in here, if we do have a ton of people in here, please feel free to remind them to subscribe to the channel, click the like button, all that good stuff. But I don't know, I got a couple questions here that I think we're gonna end up going with if nobody else has any more. Let's see, Shib earns 20 billion tokens a month, $1 trillion in 1 trillion in 5 years. Burn updates not included. How high you think it's probably can go? Yeah, Caesar, man, I definitely think it's gonna need to see more burns than that, man. I think we're gonna need to see, a much higher rate of burns if we expect to see burns. I guess affect the overall price of Shiba Inu coin. And Pika. Pika, that is hilarious. Let me see if I can pull this up really quick. Oh my gosh. Where is this? This is hilarious. I gotta find it. Okay, here it is. Oh, where are we at? Can I do this? Guys, I mean, look at this thing. This is hilarious. Pika, thank you very much for doing this. I think this is absolutely hilarious, and I definitely appreciate it. My gosh. Guys, if you're not following Pika on Twitter, you got to make sure you follow Pika out there on Twitter. That is hilarious. And I did have to say thank you because that is incredible. Let me see where this Ask Me Anything is so that I can join it in time, both on the computer and on my phone here. Let's see. Come on, man. All right. Man. Oh, you know what? I hope. You know what? I don't even know if I can. I'm not going to join that on this and on my phone here. Oh, darn it. I should have thought of this before. Because I don't know if I can be logged into my desktop and my phone at the same time. That might lead to a problem.
From the YouTubers to the breeds here. My job will be to manage and keep the flow going along with Archangel here, who will also be responding as one of the breeds. And just a reminder that I am not a member of the breeds or part of the Shib token process. I am just a fan who has been asked to come and help manage the space on behalf of Milkshake and the Shiba Sessions. This is the first Shiba Sessions. So again, to anyone that's participating, be respectful. Those that are coming up from the YouTubers, no price when questions.
Hey guys, is this audio fine?
Only those invited speakers tonight will be able to participate in that. The time frame they're given, they're going to be allowed 2 questions, possibly a third, depending on time, and Archangel and I will manage that. And obviously, none of this is financial advice. It is for educational entertainment purposes only. So you knew the drill from me on that. And before I step off here, I just wanted to express on behalf of Milkshake and Shiba Sessions that they're all extremely happy to see you all here in the first AMA hosted here by the Shiba Sessions. Now the intent here is to centralize, and no one likes that word here, but is to bring together a one-stop shop for AMAs by the breeds, sponsored by Shib, in order to answer your questions. And as we've seen with the community is getting stronger, bigger, and better. And you're now seeing us, obviously, not us, sorry, you're seeing the project reach out much more and responding to you. It's a challenging process. It's not perfect. Patience, as anything in the crypto market, is required. So, Archangel, can you just give me a quick summary here of what the overall intent is of this space for everybody?
Yeah, sure, and thanks for joining us on this lovely Friday evening. I'm sure the first thing running through every YouTuber's mind out there while we're getting to this process is if they're live streaming this, was that licensed music, and can you send me the license?
No, that was...
Dude, I ain't playing no music.
That is, I sent the link to Milkshake, and she has that, and she can share it. It's all copyright free. You're good to go.
Awesome. I'm not streaming it, but I know that's probably running through everybody's head out there. So, again, we appreciate everybody that has accepted the invitation and has showed up tonight. We want to make sure everything stays respectful and stays on track about the ecosystem and everything in the ecosystem. So we don't want to dive into any personal things, but if we can keep the conversation on the ecosystem, that would be great. And really, this is just about, like you said, continuing that bridge of communication into the community, because you can never have too much communication in any type of situation. So this is just one avenue of that.
No, I think it's amazing, and I know that this is the first one going, and the community hopes to see this grow, and I know that the breed, Milkshake, and the crew really hope that this moves forward to more and more future events and bring it in and outreaching community, because I think that's needed. A town hall concept, as has always been discussed before. So, are we ready?
And I think this is the first Shiba Sessions platform, but there will be several more in the future that we hope to gain on a more regular basis to create that bridge into the community. So that's what this particular Twitter account was created for, and hopefully we can have some more, maybe more informal discussions, but nonetheless more discussions in the future under that particular moniker.
Yeah, I think that would be excellent. Looking forward to it. So, do you want to get on with the show? I think is what we should probably do. So, I have a list of who's coming up in order one by one here. Hopefully we can find them in here. Now, Archangel and Shiba Sessions will be bringing them up. As they bring up, I will open the floor to them to give a quick introduction about who they are and what they're doing, and then we'll move right into the questions. Okay, I believe the first person to be coming up is Chad Reddings. Have we got him? No, I don't see him there.
Yeah, Shiba Sessions account will be bringing up speakers.
Yeah.
I guess that just gives us a little more time to banter, Rowdy.
Me?
It's been a whole 12 hours since I've talked to you.
Well, I mean, I'm always ready to go. I see Chad saved me there.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, hey Chad,
how's
you
it
don't
going?
want me to going on a rant.
Oh, it's all good. Thanks for the introduction. Hello, everyone. So I've known about Shib for a year now. I kind of jumped in on the gravy train when it was going down. After it had that massive blow up with Binance listing, and the market was hot back in May, and ever since, just been following the project. It was actually the first crypto I ever really got into. Started making videos on it, and we kind of just blew up from there. And yeah, it's been an ongoing process. Really like the community. Really like what the devs are doing with the decentralized experiment. Sort of a little bit of mystery behind it, like Bitcoin. And yeah, just really impressed with what's going on so far.
Outstanding. All right. So, Chad, you have the opportunity here. You've got the breeds, and you're allotted some time to ask some questions specific, hopefully, to the ecosystem, but we won't hold you to that.
Sure, yeah. Maybe could you go a little bit? Me personally, what I'm most excited for is Shibarium, knowing how, with Ethereum, things just haven't been looking too great recently with the gas fees, in addition to, looks like Ethereum 2.0 is going to come out at this rate by 2030. So could you maybe give us some insight with regards to Shibarium? I know Shaitoshi's been, and the team's been working really hard on it, but maybe just some more details.
So who wants to take that? You want to take that, Archangel?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and jump on that one. Yeah, I mean, it looks like ETH 2.0 is coming out next quarter, then next quarter, then next quarter. So I'm right there with you on that. But just from, I've only been actively investing in crypto, kind of similar story since like late last May, early June timeframe, and jumped into Shib because of just for the giggles, and then kind of got in a little bit deeper when I read through Ryoshi's mediums. So with that, though, I've been studying crypto, kind of following it for years. And the ETH 2.0 sounds like it's going to be the be-all, end-all fix. But the more you dig into it, while it probably will lower some gas fees, I don't think it will get the gas fees down to where you'll actually want to buy a cup of coffee or a Welly's chicken sandwich with it. So Shibarium as a layer 2 is very much necessary. And we saw from the X Fund Medium article that it is in its second phase of alpha private testing, and the beta testing the public beta will be coming in a few weeks. But I'm really excited. I think it's going to break ground on a whole new paradigm for the Shiba Inu ecosystem. Out of everything that's being launched in 2022, 2023 timeframe, whether it's the game or metaverse or whatever, I think Shibarium is probably going to be the biggest rock star out of them all. And so, yeah, I can't wait to see when that actually comes out. So, I'm getting a message that X Fund gave a timeline. So yeah, weeks to months. So yeah, as far as the time frame for Shibarium coming out, I don't want to commit to a specific date because you know how software development goes. But I'll take that weeks to months and just put that in air quotes and let it ride from there.
Is that good, Chad?
Yeah, that sounds good. I guess I totally expect that with pretty much any project in crypto. There's always going to be, in tech delays and stuff like that, which is totally cool. I just had one more question with regards to what happened to Treat, because I've just missed a few articles. I'm not exactly sure, but I know some people don't want to hear about new tokens, but I was just out of curiosity as to what its utility was truly going to be and if we're actually going to see it.
Yeah,
Queenie.
well,
I think
on
Queenie
that
was
note. Oh, okay. I was just
Yeah, I
going to
think
say,
Queenie's gonna
if
take
we
that,
told you, I'd have to kill you. So, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Go ahead, Queenie.
Why is that funny?
Can you guys hear me okay? I'm using a different mic.
Oh,
Yep, we got
it.
you.
Up.
Oh, do I?
Go ahead.
Okay. I was actually just going to comment on the previous question. So all I was going to say was that between the X Fund Medium article, which Archangel brought up, which is, again, has provided a bit more of a timeline for the beta and how they're going. But
I'm here, Chris.
the latest update we also got from Shaitoshi. Sorry, I'm just slept in today. I'm just waking up a bit. The latest update we got from Shaitoshi as well when he was in the Discord was that he did say a matter of months. So well before that 2030 mark for sure. But also, I would like to see that my prediction from the start of the year come true. I'm really hoping it is in just a matter of a few months. At least, especially if we can get some form of public beta going with more of the community getting to test Shibarium. That'll be really exciting. And also details of how any form of token bridging will occur so people can prepare if any sort of funding is required or how that will actually be conducted. So that was all I was going to say on that matter. If anybody else wants to comment on the second question regarding Treat, I can either take that one or I can let someone else respond.
Just to clarify, I was talking about Ethereum 2.0 in 2030.
Oh, sorry, I must have missed that one.
For anybody who doesn't know, it's Queenie's morning, so she still has to get her second cup of coffee in.
I mean, look, I've got no excuse. It's 11:15 last night. Oh, okay. Milkshake just said, from Shaitoshi, no comment on Treat. I mean, I guess it's no comment, so I can't say anything. So, no comment.
How can you not even say if you're going to do it or not?
Okay, Chad, so you're going to got cut short on that one. So if you have one short third one, I think we can give you a chance there.
No, it's all good. I kind of just came up with these on the fly. I'll definitely step down, and if anyone else has any questions, for sure. Go for it.
All right, Chad. So don't be offended if we remove you down. And I would just ask all those people requesting to speak right now, if you're not part of the invited list, you're not going to get a chance to come up. So just remove yourself from the request so we can bring people up here. Now, I know that the next speaker after you, Chad, was going to be My Crypto Journey. I don't see them up here unless it's me. So what we'll do is we're going to bring up the first person that we see in the list and come up, and then we'll address it on there. So while we're looking for that person or one of the other guests, guys, for those people coming with the YouTube guys, obviously you're going to ask your questions. If you want to directly ask the question to one of the members there that you know from previous chats, feel free to do that as we go along. So I don't see My Crypto Journey coming up quite just yet. Oh, yeah, there he is. Okay. Okay, coming up there? Yeah, he's connecting right now. Hey there, Rodney. That's a nice name you got on here. How you doing this evening?
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, so listen, Rodney, can you just let everybody know about yourself a little bit?
Yes, sir. So, of course, my name is Rodney. I'm from My Crypto Journey, YouTuber. And, although I don't talk about Shiba Inu, I'll cover, the most important events. I have a lot of people that support my channel that are Shiba Inu holders, friends with people like Zach Humphreys, Austin Hilton. And I cover a lot of small cap community tokens. And let's be honest, everyone's trying to be the next Shiba Inu. So a lot of the content I do is revolved around those community tokens.
All right, that's cool. So what is your question for the breeds?
Yeah, so, comments. I want to make a quick comment about ETH 2.0. Serenity, right? Who knows when it's going to come out? And you're right when it comes to the fact that it's not going to make it necessarily faster or cheaper. It's the environmental impact they're going to solve, like the proof of stake. So that's what they're going to do with that. So Shibarium, doors wide open for any layer 2 solution or any alternative to Ethereum. So my first question is, Shiba Inu has done a lot in the space in so little time. They have their own decentralized exchange. They create an ecosystem of a bunch of other tokens, metaverse, gaming, NFTs, and even a restaurant, which is insane. What other avenues is Shiba Inu going to explore next?
I feel like it's almost easier to say, what avenues aren't we going to explore? I don't think that Shy puts world domination lightly. I think it's mostly, for the moment, we're just going to be focusing on fleshing out those existing ones. As you can imagine, with all of the avenues that we are currently pursuing, we really need to focus all of our time and resources on developing and finishing the existing projects that we have before we continue our research into expansion throughout our next sort of phases or steps of our journey. As always, though, as you know, everyone always sees, there's always some new campaign going on, right? Like when Champion, when Red Bull, when Nike. So, you know, anywhere that we can implement some sort of proper strategic partnership that'll make an impact on our project and in the areas that we are seeking to develop further, that's always going to be something that we prioritize. But things that are ready for announcement or have enough progress made for us to be sharing with the community, no updates as of yet, but definitely a watch this space sort of query. You know, once we get the metaverse and our games fleshed out, the Wellies franchises set up and things like that, I think that's when we'll start to see some free resources to be pursuing some more, you know, significant partnerships again.
Yep, and Rodney, if you notice the partnerships with John Richmond or Wellies or the games that are coming out of the metaverse, and there's a common theme among all those, and it's really a long-term play. So what Shiba Inu is building here is a foundation for decades of a future ecosystem. So just to tack on to what Queenie said there, there's always room for more partnerships, and we're always looking for those partnerships. And with that, you know, we're continuing down the paths that are on the roadmap. Some are public, some are not. But overall, I think the community will be pleased when everything comes together.
You good with that, Rodney?
Yes, sir. Great answer. And my last question on Shibarium, real quick, let me just talk about this. So Shibarium, what other layer 2 solutions or blockchains is Shibarium comparable to in contrast to ETH? Maybe BNB, Polygon, Avalanche? What do you think it's closest to? Just so I could get a rough idea of how fast and scalable it's going to be.
It's difficult to make an accurate comparison because obviously here at Shib we try to do things as uniquely as we possibly can and things that are of our quality and of our standards, and I've seen it mostly compared to Polygon. So the way that Matic have set themselves up and a lot of the features and functionalities, the way they've conducted their scaling, it's probably the closest to what Shibarium will be modeled after, particularly with speed, which I'm personally excited for because I have limited experience with Polygon, but each time that I have used it, I've been quite satisfied. So I think that Shibarium will be a pretty, you know, we couldn't really ask for a better role model, I think, in terms of a layer 2 scaling solution, especially considering that they are a somewhat recent addition. And as Milkshake's just added on, she has said the low gas fees and high speeds without sacrificing security is definitely something that we, prioritize, and that's going to be the specific sort of goals of our scaling solution in Shibarium. So I think if you were looking to prepare or looking to understand, take a look at Polygon, see how they do things. For those who are technically minded, perhaps have a delve into some of their solidity or into some of their documentation regarding that.
What do you think of that, Rodney? That's a pretty good comparison, I think, looking at Polygon Matic. Especially I've used Polygon Matic, and I rave about how it's lowered the costs for me. Rodney, thank you very much for showing up. Good, concise questions. I hope that got your answers down. We'll have to move on to the next guy. You've had your time there, and I hope you have a good evening.
And also, just on that, a quick 2 messages from Shaitoshi. So he's just popped in to say, on your first question, when it comes to the partnerships as well, another really important thing for us that I did neglect to mention is that when it comes to partnerships, we don't just look at who's the biggest or who's the best or who can get us, the most reach. It's about how we work together, and it's about negotiating relationships in which it's
Shib has control.
not us being exploited by larger companies. It's got to be give and take, and it needs to be in equilibrium. We don't want our community exploited just for its reach and for its holders. We want it to be something that fleshes out our ecosystem. It's not just an offshoot. And on your second question, we just wanted to give a quick shout out to X Fund for all of their help with Shibarium. They've been doing a fantastic job. And it's really just very exciting to see the way different groups can collaborate within this space to achieve some really, really amazing things.
YMB, man, I'm
thank
pretty
you for
sure
your
Matt
questions,
Perry's
Rodney.
going to ask
I
about
just wanted
burns.
to add those 2 points from Shy.
Sorry, I was trying to kick you out really quick, Rodney, and then all of a sudden, yeah, you got an earful there. So, yeah, listen again. Thanks very much, Rodney. We're going to bring up the next speaker. It's supposed to be Clay Bro, but I don't see him there. So, whoever we bring up next will be the next speaker on that list as we go through. Again, please, if you're requesting to speak and you're not on the invitee list, please take down your speaker requests so that we can bring up the people that want to speak there that have been invited. But other than that, I think that's, Queenie, that point that Shai just brought up is pretty important, so people get the understanding of the way forward and get their mindset about how the project is developing. It's not about, going in for it. Bring up whoever you see first on the list there. There you go. Clay Bros here. There we go. We got him. Clay, I was going to give up on you. I was going to give away the spot anyway. How you doing?
No. You weren't giving up on me, man. Come on now. You guys having a good day?
Mute button. Clay, do you?
Am I here?
Oh, yeah. You're there.
I was saying, no, man. You guys aren't giving up on me that quick. Come on now.
I was about to.
No. You guys got some questions to answer here.
Hey, Clay, listen, as we move forward with your questions, can you give an introduction of yourself, please?
Absolutely, man. I got the Clay Bro YouTube channel. If you guys want to check it out, I've been on YouTube for a little over a year now. Been talking about Shiba Inu coin every single day for who knows how long now. And I did a lot of AMC videos, too. Talked about the AMC community. Really jumping into Shiba Inu coin. Talking a little bit about ApeCoin now. But I've been hanging out on YouTube, having a great time, going live every day during the week. Videos, oh my god, 21 times a week. So stay busy over here.
Awesome. Okay, well, you got the floor, Clay.
I've got one question for you real quick. I tried to watch a couple videos of every YouTube personality that we're bringing on.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, what is the difference between a coin and a token?
The difference between a coin and a dude, were you in my live earlier today?
No, I wasn't. But yeah, I hear you say Shiba Inu coin all the time, so I just wanted to check on that.
Yeah, man, difference between a coin and a token. What?
I said he's just teasing you.
Oh, I hope you're good, because somebody was asking the same thing in the live stream today. So I'm like, dude, were you in the, was it you in the live earlier? I just gave this speech like, I don't know, 3 hours ago.
That's not me.
We're all heckling you.
Yeah, it's just something we're just teasing because we, as the team members, we see all the time people saying Shiba Inu coin, and we are a token, but someone
I will tell you,
decided to have a little jab.
no, it's good. And you probably, I mean, if you're on YouTube, you probably should say Shiba Inu coin. It is much more higher ranked than Shiba Inu token is. So you could probably rank a little higher in search. If you go Shiba Inu coin, you gotta call it what they're looking for.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's why you're doing this for the metrics. But
Yeah, Clay, I think this is a good segue to ask your question.
I thought this was gonna be an ask me any. Yeah, I thought this was gonna be an ask me anything. The way it started out here. All right,
what's your first question?
All right, man. So if you guys are ready for the questions, let's get started. So question number 1. I know you guys have an extremely strong focus on the overall ecosystem. And, it does rub some people the wrong way to the extent that it kind of seems like, the focus is on only the ecosystem and not necessarily Shiba Inu coin. And I get it from a certain perspective. You know, Shiba Inu coin, you guys don't own it, you don't control it. It's been revoked, so you have to build something up around it. But at what point does the expansion of the ecosystem have to stop? Because if you look at it, you know, we've got Bone, we've got Leash, we've got Shiboshis, we've got the metaverse. You got to buy lands in the metaverse now. If you want to partake in John Richmond, you're gonna have to buy those NFTs. If you're gonna be in Wellies, you're gonna have to buy, you know, the Wellies NFTs. You're gonna have to buy Bone to vote in the Wellies DAO and all of that. If you want to use Shiba Inu coin as a currency within the ecosystem, when Shy token or She token comes out, whatever that's, however you're gonna pronounce that, you know, that's clearly gonna be the better option for a currency used within the ecosystem. So with like this ever expanding idea, it is definitely, you know, at some point, if not already, diluting the amount of people that can like force their resources into Shiba Inu coin if we have to go out and embrace the entire ecosystem. So I guess it, you know.
Yeah, great. Yeah, great question. I love it. And we get this question quite often. So I just usually point people back to Ryoshi's mediums and show that the ecosystem build out has been there since the beginning. So just because tokens may be launched at a different...
So I'll just interrupt you quickly. You've just got some noise on your line. I think maybe you're...
Yeah, you're a bit choppy there, Archangel. I was just going to DM you.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just give you a moment to fix that, because I can hear your explanation and it's a good one, but I don't want anyone to miss it.
Can you hear me now?
We can. Quite a lot of noise.
Feedback, yeah. A bit of feedback on that there. Give her a go there, Archangel. If not, I'm sure we can carry the weight for you there.
Yeah. If I need to switch to my cell phone, I can do that. But can you?
Yeah. No, it's still very, very choppy.
Yeah, I would recommend it. You want to stick handle this one real quick while he sorts himself out?
Yeah, sure. So, as he said, it's a good question. We have been asked it quite a lot. I will preface everything I'm about to say with Ryoshi, when he conceived the idea of Shib, it was always part of an ecosystem. So everything we do at its core is built off of the original instructions that we got. So that original medium, the reason we share it so often is because it is really, it is the basis for everything we do. Now that medium article, it already mentions Shib and Leash.
Queenie.
Oh, she's cutting.
Queenie, just hold on a second. Clay, I need you to mute. It's actually you that's causing the feedback there. There you go. Try to mute.
Sorry about that. Is that better?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not better, apparently. Oh.
Yeah, we're having a bit of feedback problem. That happens.
Space is bad.
It wasn't me.
Space does this to us all the time.
Hang on, bear with me. 1 moment, I'll change my mic.
Yeah, what I'll do is Scorchia wants to step up for this one, so go ahead, Scorchia.
I'll give it a shot. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound
Everything's fine? Okay, awesome. So, yes, we're expanding. It is part of the original Ryoshi vision of, that's our roadmap. But in addition, let's take Shiba Inu token and look at it from how it was started. And in the beginning, what happened was 50% of Shiba Inu went to Vitalik.
See, this part I know.
Wallet, right? We all know that.
Right.
It went to his wallet, and then 50% was sold out into the market. And all of that was sold. So what's left over to play with to fund projects? Nothing, right? Everybody owned what they bought, or it was in Vitalik's wallet. So if you want to expand and not just be like a token that doesn't have any utility whatsoever, you have to create some different type of system around it, because you need to be able to fund projects, to fund development, to fund marketing, all of these things that, when this, when that, we need to have funding. So first of all, we need a marketing and development fund, right? So how do we solve that? We can't take what's already out in the market and use it to fund this project. So there are different pieces and elements, right? So you have Bone. Bone is
I know what
not
these
only
tokens
funding
are
our
for.
decentralized swap, but also our DAO, which is allowing us to have decentralized voting on what's going to be included on the Shiba swap and expanded probably in the future, because we actually created that token contract, and it helps everyone, right? Like if you have Shiba token and you own it, you can potentially stake it or create a liquidity pair, and you receive Bone for free. So those early adopters that have Shiba token are rewarded for that. It costs them nothing to put their other than gas fee. It costs them nothing to put their Shiba into the DEX of Shiba Swap and get those rewards. So that those are actually given out for free, right? And as that actually grows, all of the rewards from the Shiba swap, everything that we're doing, it gains value. As Shibarium is launched, it gains value. As Shib is used in all these different projects, because we know now that Shytoshi and the developers have said that going forward, every single project is going to have some sort of Shib burn, right? So talk about Shibarium, how these little tiny transactions over time, yes, they're using Bone for gas, but they're also burning Shiba. You take the naming of the Shiboshis, you take the liquidity pairs that were added initially to the swap. Those were all burned Shib on one side and help the other side of the ecosystem. Why do we want to burn Shib? Why essentially do we want to burn Shib? To have less supply? Well, we have a token called Leash that has less supply, right? And that is used for exclusivity into some of these different realms and different projects that we're doing. So all of these things fit together, but they also help each other. The more that Bone gains in dollars, the more valuable Shiba swap is, the more valuable the ecosystem is, the more we can put into projects, the more we can develop. It's all for Shib, though. Everything that comes together, everything that we do is all for Shib. Shib is the dream. And no, we haven't forgotten it. That's why we're here. So I hope that answers your question, Clay.
I mean, not really.
If I may.
Yeah.
If I may. So
Yeah, go ahead.
one of the devs, Eric, he does want us to mention that Ryoshi's vision is composed by Shib, Leash, Bone, Treat, and Sheep. And that is how the system is mainly designed. And it's referred to there by the Ryoshi's media. So I just really want to iron that in to what the devs are building for what Shibarium and everything else is being built into the ecosystem. It's very, very important to understand that from the core level of Ryoshi's media.
Okay.
Yeah, I do get that part. I mean, I just like hearing those answers though. I hear, well, if we build out Bone and we use Bone, but you stake your Shiba for Bone, you can earn in Bone. It just seems like, and we're not going to spend any more time on this question. I got another one, but it just seems like a lot of the, just saying everything's about Shiba doesn't make it about Shiba. Clearly the focus is the ecosystem. With Scorchia's answer there, that it is all about the ecosystem. Ryoshi had an ecosystem focus, not a Shiba Inu coin focus.
Hey, Clay.
Yeah.
May I touch on that, sir?
Well, Queenie, Clay's got a second question, and I will agree with Clay's. We don't want to exhaust this anymore. Just
No,
remember,
but
Clay.
one quick
Go
second.
ahead. Yeah, Queenie, you're broken up. You're
Am I still?
broken up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rug, my spaces.
Yeah, it's spaces. But Clay, just remember, make sure that your assumption's not based in a misunderstanding things. And I will go back to what Trophius said, is go back and read what the original intent is, and you might find a nugget there. But we won't have to delay this there. What is your second question?
Right. I just want to, make it clear that I have read those papers. Anyway, so the Shibarium that is coming up, right now you've got, and I don't have a perfect understanding of layer 2 blockchains. So when you move over to Shibarium, this is launched, it's fully out there. Is this going to be some sort of like a migration where if I've got my Shiba Inu coins that are trading on Ethereum, I have to trade those for, Shiba version 2 or Shibarium or whatever that, new name would be if it is a migration? And then at that point, are there taxes that are going to be integrated into the Shiba Inu coin smart contract, or the Shiba V2 smart contract, the Shiba Inu coin or Shibarium smart contract, that are, one, I know you guys have talked about burns, so I would assume yes, burns are in there. But is there like another tax that you guys could speak on that would go more towards, marketing efforts or to a developer's wallet or anything like that? What do the taxes on Shibarium look like?
So I really want to answer that, but I can't. But
Why?
I was told that Shaitoshi is going to reach out to you and answer you. He really wants to. It's just he wants to spend more time with it. And he wants to give you a proper answer. So he really wants to answer it. Just we don't want to take the time and to kind of do the back and forth with the live text. But he does want to answer you, and he's going to reach out to you personally.
Okay, so
Is
there
that on the first blockchain?
Well,
wait,
yeah,
no.
but like
Go ahead,
towards
go ahead.
towards the issue or towards the concern of like migration. Is that something? Because I don't exactly understand layer 2 blockchains in the sense that it is built on another platform. Would I have Shiba Inu coin, but somebody else has Shiba V2 or something?
There will be a bridge, and we're going to make sure that we document it in every step of the way. We're going to give you a video. I'm guessing, if I were to do it, it looked terrible, but Archangel is really good at putting together tutorials, and we're already talking about these tutorials and many, many, many other tutorials that is going to help build the educational learning process of either the swap, Shibarium, or anything that we bring out. We want to do a better job at illustrating and having people learn either through a video or a interactive style guide that we have either on the future wiki or anything that we bring forward. So we're going to give a very detailed documentation course on everything. But people will need to migrate, yes.
Okay, and at that point, there will be taxes. I assume you guys just don't want to talk about how much, right?
To myself, I don't know. I'm guessing, but I don't know what the taxes are right now.
Okay, well, I mean, there will have to be for burns, and burns are associated
I'm
with all
guessing,
trans.
yes,
Like, I get that part,
sort
yeah.
of tax, yeah.
Okay. It's just...
It's definitely one of those things that we'll be bringing out in one of our blog posts, so things that are of that level of detail and where people need that heads up and that time for planning. Obviously, we're only just approaching the public beta, so it is just... it's something that's been really difficult to give details on because security is paramount, especially when you're developing your own layer 2 solution or blockchain. So those details, of course, will be provided ahead of migration and bridging.
Just for a little clarification, when you say Shib to Shib 2, do you mean...
Well, I just mean the move over to
Or
Shibarium.
do you mean
Yeah.
Shiba Swap version 2?
No. I mean, I was just making up a name for when it goes over to Shibarium. Like, I don't know if it's still going to be called
Got it, okay.
Shib or Shibarium or, Shib 2, whatever. Just trying to, equate what the difference is there or what your Shiba Inu coin looks like. If it's still Shiba Inu coin, if it's got any additional functions, if it is...
whether or not it will be a new contract, you mean?
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
That's more clear. Okay.
I
Yes.
see.
And I assume that it is like a new contract at that point, right?
let me. We have the devs on standby for us right now. Just if you want to take a minute while they respond back.
Dude, I'm here all night,
we'll
man.
get an answer to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here all night,
we
man.
can always do a little update.
No, in these kind of scenarios, we do have the devs on standby. They do come in and listen, and we want to give you guys the best front-facing view of what we can without compromising the security. Because, when we're talking about tokens, I'm going to guess on Dex Tools here in the next couple hours, I'm going to see a scam token come out. And to be clear,
Oh, yeah, you probably will.
We're not releasing anything tonight. If you see something that's a scam, if it says she or anything, just stay the course. Just wait for our, official announcements, either through the blog, Twitter, etc. And we'll guide everyone step by step through the way.
No, dude, 100% agree with that. I don't want anybody to get caught up in any other tokens that they think's from you guys or anything like that. I know that, and you guys are very good at answering some of these questions too, but, we just want some clarity, man. We want some substance. We want something real,
Yeah, no, I definitely hear you there.
Yeah, there's got to be some sort of a medium between, clarity and, I don't know, being politically correct or just correct.
No, of course. I mean, it's transparency. Transparency in it all, especially when it comes to releases and, updates, futuristic things. And it's kind of like what we're kind of like having the struggles with, lands and Shiboshis and metaverse. Everyone wants that information out there, the roadmap per se. And when you're doing a game, in the gaming industry, I've been in the gaming industry for 10 years. Gaming industry does not tell you anything unless they want you to know, and that's usually around the update that it's coming out with, testing or, marketing reviews. And you touched on marketing earlier. We haven't really touched our marketing fund, and when we're ready to do so, we will.
Well, dude, plus you guys have such a high reach already, man, on Twitter, and everybody's repeating everything that's said on YouTube. Like, you guys are destroying it in terms of marketing.
That's why we haven't.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are already destroying it in terms of marketing.
Word of mouth. Word of mouth is key, and word of mouth is the most powerful form of marketing there is. And if you have that, why would you spend money when you're still building? You want to save that money for when you're ready to use it. And that's going to be the most critical point, is when we're ready to use it, that's when the real, stuff is going to happen.
Oh, dude. Well, yeah, and that's going to reach an audience that's not already on social media. Yeah.
I don't mean to step in, but I am here to be a bit of a bouncer. You've gotten a lot of information. They don't have the answers for you now. Really, really good questions, and I'm glad you provoked them and brought them up on those. Trophies has said that he's reaching out to the devs. I'm going to have to bring it down because we're only about third through the list of people.
All right, well, let me just say thank you to everybody. You guys are great at answering the questions there. We absolutely appreciate you guys taking the time to do this, and as much clarity and transparency as possible. You guys have a great night, and until the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.
That Shaitoshi has reached out to you. So
yeah, he sent you a DM to flesh out that first question a bit more for you.
Sweet. All right, you guys have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
You too, Clay.
First question a bit more for you.
Sweet.
All right, guys.
You guys have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
You too, Clay.
Hello.
Yeah, if you're speaking, you're on mute. So.
Hello.
So, sorry, I'm on mute there, eh? So, guys, a lot of good questions. I just had a whole big discussion. I just gave away the cure to cancer. But no, I just wanted to repeat, guys, that a lot of really good discussion is taking place here, and the questions are coming up. But I would encourage that the questions that do come up, please don't add on more questions and go on. It can open up to a bigger discussion. We're limited for time here. And
no
we
discussion.
do have the devs at hand, and they will try to reach out to you. But yes, there's a lot of things here, as the breeds have said, that are very specific to security, and that is the emphasis that really has to be put onto it. It's not that they're keeping the answers from you. It's just that, as you know,
Yeah, they are.
one thing is said, and someone runs with scissors and stabs the world. So, anyways, our next speaker is up here. Matthew, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Not too well. Hey, Matthew, can you introduce yourself to everyone here?
Yeah, I'll just do a slight introduction because I had something bigger planned, but these last couple of answers kind of pissed me off a little bit. But so basically, I've been on YouTube for about 3 years now, and 3.5 years actually. And I've been investing for close to 10 years. I was one of those people that didn't get into Bitcoin, when I was told to, and I probably should have. But I've only been investing in cryptocurrency for a little bit now. But I've noticed as I was getting into Shiba Inu and all the different pieces there was just so much that needed to be said. So I decided to make a bunch of videos on it, just like I was doing with all of my other investing and personal finance content.
Yeah,
so
I appreciate all you
I've
guys,
been
by the way. I
creating
see the
videos with
comments.
my Matthew Perry channel for a while, and then I also have a Let It Burn channel where we burn off 100% of the profits within that channel. But yeah, that's pretty much it there.
That's you. Okay, listen, what's your questions?
Well, I just wanted to start out before we get into that. I wanted to thank you guys for inviting me. I appreciate you guys taking this time to do that. I did just want to say that all of the questions that we've seen so far, there've been a couple, especially the ones with Clay, where it looked like, it just wasn't, being answered, especially when it comes to just drawing lines from Shib to other pieces. So I kind of want to start there, because from what we understand, you guys are going to be more transparent, from, the articles and blogs that I've seen and that have been written. It's about transparency, and it's about, being open to the community, right? So understanding how we draw lines from Shib to all of the other pieces, you understand that those lines are being drawn in one direction. And that's what we're all seeing as a community, and I understand how we have that vision, the vision where you want to create all these other pieces. But the vision was also with the thought that everything would be tied to Shib. So I want to understand, why is everything not finding a way to tie to Shib throughout utility? I understand we have renaming the plots of land. That's not utility. Buying Shib, buying land with Shib, that's utility, which I've heard that you're starting to venture into. What's it called? The NFTs. I can't even think of them. NFT names. Basically, those would be better if we had a way to buy with Shib or burn with Shib in some form or fashion. So all the other pieces, bone, leash, all of those other pieces should have a way to implement some sort of utility within Shiba Inu, which is the way that you guys got here. So I just want to get an understanding as to why we are not seeing that full connection from everything else that's in the ecosystem or outside, and Shib being in the middle as king. Your own words, I guess.
Yeah, sure, Matthew, and thanks for coming up and asking the question. So, like I said before, I tried to watch a couple of YouTube videos from everybody that's coming up tonight, just to kind of get a feel for the questions you might ask. And I know you've covered this quite a bit, and I want to offer you a little bit of a paradigm shift in that Shib is not the only focal point, and I think we've kind of gone over that a little bit tonight, is that it's the full ecosystem. And
I understand that. I just want to stop you. I'm sorry to cut you off. I just want to stop you. So I understand that Shib is not the focal point, but to the community that's supporting everything else within the ecosystem, it's more like Shib being a mascot to everything else. Because if you look at something like Wellies, right now, Wellies is starting to do so much more, or the thought of them doing so much more. But just being able to capture that picture of, changing who they are just by an image, it's using them as a mascot rather than doing something to support Shib or even the ecosystem in general. It's mainly to support a lot of things that Wellies is going to do and the business is going to do, and that's great.
Matthew, I'm gonna roll you up there. You're going on a bit of a let her change.
I understand.
Let understandable, but just thought there, okay?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I appreciate passion and enthusiasm for Shib, and the way I try to think about the ecosystem is that Shib is that flagship, that mascot that you're talking about there, but not to the detriment of the rest of the ecosystem. So if you have, let's say, a three-legged stool, you don't try to put all your weight on one leg. You try to put your weight on all three legs. So we can't just discount leash and bone in the short term or the long term just to kind of pump up the price or reduce the supply through burns for Shib itself. So every piece of the ecosystem is really what matters, and that may not be what you want, but everything, whether it's John Richmond or Wellies or whatever the projects that the devs are working on, it's to build that foundation for Shiba Inu itself. And these aren't quick get rich quick or pump and dump projects. These are long-term foundational projects that are projected out for years into the future. This isn't something that's going to turn a price or pump a price in just a couple months. All the price action that we see is great when it goes up, and we all hate riding that emotional roller coaster on the way down. But I'm not sure if it's. I really think it is kind of that paradigm shift. Watch it.
Well, can I just say, like, I understand, how, things can seem like we're getting off, maybe on a rant here, right? But understand that asking the tough questions is how we get to a place to where everything is successful. I understand. I want leash and bone and all of the other pieces to be successful as well. And we have to understand that the way that you got here was with Shib. So the community, the 1.1, almost 1.2 million holders would support the other parts of the ecosystem so much more if they had some sort of piece that was connected with Shib in some sort of way. I'm not saying that you need to focus solely on Shib and that Shib is just going to be everything there and everything else can just fall off. No, you have to build an ecosystem there, but other things support Shib to pull Shib to a higher price, while the ecosystem also pushes the other pieces to another price. This is why you're probably going to see way more land sales with the fact that you can buy with Shib than you would with ETH, because people want utility. That's the thing that I'm saying. And again, it's about the difficult questions. And I know people are going to cut me off. Rowdy, I see you already unmuted.
I understand difficult questions. Sometimes the delivery can be a little elongated. We need a little bit more concise because there's a time frame here, and I brought you up. So listen, Scorch is going to answer you, and then Queen's going to answer you. You got to get your second question, Matthew, and make it concise, right? So, Scorch, go ahead.
Hey, so I wanted to say that you keep saying this is how you got here. And my heart is going, that's how we all got here, okay? Like, we're all you, Matthew. No, listen. We're all you. Sorry. Listen, I'm a member of the community just like you're a member of the community.
Understand.
Okay, so
no way.
This is how we all got here. But, like, think about this.
God.
What we want to do is take over and do something that completely transcends what crypto is doing today, right? And is it possible to do with just that one piece without being able to add anything or expand or do anything? Maybe, but could it be better if we could have a robust system to be able to do it and a great foundation? Yeah. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get Shib out into the world, right? We're trying to get it on Wellies so that we can take over the restaurant industry. We have John Richmond, who's doing the fashion industry. We're going to implement...
How is Shib taking over the world if you're doing that? I'm not... We're going to keep running around in circles here.
How is it not?
Because if you want something like John Richmond, right? Okay. What is really benefiting Shib from John Richmond?
The market.
Besides, they have NFTs and they're benefiting from it. What is Shib benefiting from?
They're creating an NFT to be able to fund what they're doing. But think about when you have, let's say, like your kids, right? When they're growing up and they see the symbol of Shib, that's going to be the symbol of the decentralized crypto movement that started it all. Okay,
They're
that's
gonna think.
what I
They're gonna think of my
see.
dog. I'll end it here. They're
But,
probably gonna think of my dog. I don't want to be disrespectful. I do want to end with this for the second question. I will go into the second question right now.
I'm going to speak to you right now, Matthew.
There you go, Trophy. Go ahead.
So
Here we go.
this is on a loop, and where does it all say it's going into Shib? It's not just Shib, it is the ecosystem entirely.
Yeah, man.
is
People
up
are
to
making it
people
very
to
clear
build
that Shiba
around
Inu coin is
shit.
not a focus.
But it's a
And
decentralized.
Anyone can do that. Anyone can do that, and I will prove that right now if you let me. That everyone can do anything they want with Shib, and that is what is stated is decentralized. People are responsible for building around and towards Shib. That's what the project's about. And the current devs
Are ecosystem developers.
are not in charge of the project. It's just they're envisioning the project going forward into the future. So here, you want to talk about burns all day. Let me say this. If someone wants to utilize Shib in a decentralized way, the community should be able to have a voice on that. If someone wants to build a donation portal that actually helps people, come see the defense team. We'll come help you and review it, so you can talk to the actual developers. Because
I'm not gonna argue with it. Can I get in my second question?
Sure,
I feel like we
no,
are gonna
yes.
run around in circles. I appreciate you responding to that, Trophius.
No worries at all. No worries at all.
Yeah. So let's just go into the second question because we are running around in circles just like we did with Clay Bro and going through that. So let's get into the second one.
Yo, shout
Basically,
out to
I want
me.
to know the end goal for the ecosystem. When you look at maybe Shib's market cap or utility or the minimum supply, because it seems like there's a lot of kind of hate towards the full thought of burns. And if there is, then we want to know why and is there a minimum supply that you guys want to get to, or is there a goal that you have in mind for Shib and the ecosystem?
I'll take this one. I've had this question directed at me quite a few times. If anyone has any
Go ahead,
objections,
Queen. And guys, we're gonna get this answer from Queenie, and then unfortunately, Matt, you've got a lot of time, and then we're gonna have to move on to the next guy. So, Queenie, go ahead.
So it's a great question. Again, I acknowledge that I've actually had multiple people reach out to me. One thing that I want to stress, and I really can't stress this enough, is when we say that this is decentralized, when we say that we are community members just like everybody else, the only difference is that we are responsible for the development and the security of the platforms and applications owned by the Shiba Inu ecosystem. So I just want to stress that. Who are we to say what the target circulating supply is? Who are we to say what the target value of Shib is? The point of Shib is that, as Scorchia said, we are a movement. We are about pushing the boundaries. We are about seeing how far we can go. When we begin with nothing, no marketing wallet, as we've said, we don't have transactional taxes, we don't have anything like that.
But you will.
How far we can go as a community, building projects. And yes, I know, I acknowledge that there has been disparity between the community members of people who have good intentions and are mistaken for having bad ones, for people who have been questioned by our defense team members and they see it as interruption of decentralization. That is not the case. We are here to protect the project. Where there are so many, and I mean so many people who look to exploit those within the community. And so that is a message that I really just need to put out there, that it's quite heartbreaking to be a team built of people who are community members and to be accused every single day of exploiting this community that we dedicate hours of our lives to. I have a full-time job, as does pretty much everybody else, and I spend majority of my day, upwards of 16 hours, doing things for Shib. And I'm not saying that to be, oh, woe is me. That's not the point. What I'm saying is that there is no point, there is no timeline, there is no universe in which this team is not doing everything we can for this project. Everything we can to develop these tokens, to flesh out this ecosystem, to realize this vision. And to your question, no, we don't have a target circulating supply. No, we don't have a target price. We have a goal of creating a healthy ecosystem in which people can take charge of their own financial freedom, their own futures.
I wonder what Shiba's role in the
Not
ecosystem
at the whims of banks and corporatization and being victims of where you were born and how strong the government currency is in your country. It's about a fair playing field. And I know people are going to say, well, what's so fair about having to buy lands in ETH? Because not everybody can afford that. I get that. I really do. Unfortunately, we also live in a world where you need money to make money. And that is a sad reality. But the beautiful thing about Shib, and something I have said since day dot, you can find my messages in Discord from back when I started, Shib is plentiful. Shib is affordable. That doesn't mean we don't want to see an increase in price. That doesn't mean we don't want people to prosper. But what it means is that everybody gets a go. And that is why Shib is so popular. It's why it's so many people's first cryptocurrency.
It's so popular because it ran 46 million
You can go onto any centralized exchange these days. You can buy Shib. You can invest it. You can stake it. You can provide liquidity. You can stake it on Binance. And we are building utility for it. But the thing is, Shib is currency. Leash is exclusivity. Bone is governance. And
what is
gas.
Shib?
The reason for this is because for Shib to be currency, we need to build the locations for you to use it. We need to build the utility. It's no point me saying, yeah, here you go, here's all your Shib, and it's worth this much now. Have fun. It's like, okay, but where am I using it? What's the point? It's great if you just want to make gains, but it's not what we're here to do. We're not a pump and dump. We're not just an investment vehicle. If you want that, go invest in another top 15 token. I'm not afraid to say that.
Yeah, I've never said that the goal is to just be a pump and dump or just to be, a form where we're just looking at it for just quick gains out of nowhere. It's obviously, I know the ecosystem is big and I respect what you guys are doing. It's just the little pieces that people see. And that's what really matters, where it's like, this could have been, 0.5% into caring about Shiba Inu or burning or something like that. So I respect everything you said. And what everybody's doing. I'm not saying you guys are exploiting anything or anybody. We just, want to make sure we see that transparency to the ecosystem that you have 1.1 million holders to. So I appreciate your guys' time. I don't want to disrespect anybody else. It seems like I may have, stepped on a couple of toes or something here. But I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, no, Matt. Everyone's big kids here. I'm going to let Archangel just wants everything. Matt, crypto is passionate, but go ahead, Angel.
Yeah, and I definitely appreciate where you're coming from, Matthew. And, I put out a poll on Twitter the other day that basically said, what do you think was the biggest news of the last 2 weeks? And the two options were Shib the Metaverse and the Burn Portal. And it went about how I expected. The Burn Portal came out it was 61-39 or something like that. To Burn Portal's favor for the news. And so, and as far as tweets go, I've gotten far more engagement about burns. So one of the things that I was able to establish is burns make great news, make great headlines, make great YouTube clicks. But looking at the actual Burn Portal, only, I think 1,200 people, a little over 1,200 people have actually participated. A little over 1,200 wallets out of 1.1 million DeFi wallets that are out there. And I think that's telling over the last week that while we have burned 20 billion Shib, that came down to about 1,200 people. And so while the impact in maybe the marketing side is a lot bigger, saying burn things, Shib the Metaverse brought in about $21 million in about a week's time, whereas the Burn Portal burnt 20 billion Shib. So what we're looking at is things that make a financial and foundational impact and not just a
$20 million went straight to their pocket.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That does really, really help me. Keep me in mind for a question at the end. I know you guys probably don't want to after all of this, but keep me in mind for a question at the end, please.
Matthew, you really don't have to be so hard on yourself. The reason we do these AMAs is because we want to hear from you.
Yeah.
Discourse
Well,
is
that's what
important.
I said to my community that we're looking to ask the hard questions because people that are successful don't get here by asking those softball sugar-coated questions. We get here by basically walking into a room and saying, what are the problems and how do we fix it?
I guess that's a matter of perspective. For me, a hard question is things like, hey, will there be a new contract for Shibarium / tokens on Shibarium? If it comes to the message and the
sounds like a
ecosystem.
problem and you're fixing it with the response.
Yeah, well, exactly. But also, I know that people. I just a little bit that I wanted to add on, and I know Rowdy, we've got to move on, and I will.
Can I speak before Matthew goes down? By the way.
Yes, I'll just quickly.
You go ahead first.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All I was going to say, Matthew, is that we have released, there's pretty much no project that we've done or facet of our ecosystem that we've done so far that doesn't have Shib utility or something in mind. Also, Wellies just recently, their final utility announcement, 15% is owned by Shib, and that includes revenue from all stores, all franchises. So big things are happening, but as I mentioned, it's a currency, and without the places that the currency is circulating being fully developed, there's nothing to say. So that's why it is our focus. But I understand the frustration, and as you said, it's a large community, and we all owe each other accurate and adequate progress and updates, but it's just one of those things where if I wish we could tell you absolutely everything. I wish we had every single answer. But when you're paving the way into the unknown when no one else has trodden, sometimes you don't.
All right, listen, UB, you go right ahead.
Yeah. Hey, Matthew, how's it going, buddy?
It's going pretty good.
Good. I just want to. I'm part of the defense team, but NFTs are kind of my forte, so I wanted to kind of go over the first question you asked a little bit more, just so you kind of get a better idea. I know you were asking about land sales with Shib. Are you familiar with what ApeCoin and Bored Ape Yacht Club are doing currently right now?
Yes.
Have you seen their price lately? Like today, yesterday?
6,000 on the NFTs.
No.
So that we're looking at this very closely. It's something that we like to learn on other projects. And one thing we were scared about the land sales was Shib going really high and then tanking down. We didn't want to do that to the community. Today, yesterday, and the day before, we've been noticing with Bored Ape Yacht Club at their land sale, their coin went from $9 to $20 to $27, and now it's back down. And we're going to watch after their sale. We have predicted it's actually going to completely tank. So keep an eye on that. That's one big red flag we didn't want to do to the community with Shib. I'll also explain with the Wellies, the John Richmond, the future stuff that we are planning out doing. Everything is revolved around Shib. Wellies is Shib. They don't say much about leash, bone, nothing like that. What they said today about they're burning 2% on all purchases. I think 10% of the gross profit will go to the Welly NFT holders, so it's helping the community out. And then 15% goes to the Shib community for the DAO.
Controlled by Doggy Dog.
With John Richmond, that's just with Shib. They have it on the trains, the buses. That's really good promotion for Shib. That logo itself is going to do different places, fashion, stuff that normal crypto doesn't touch, which is very, very cool because maybe you'll see like some article of clothing with Shib on it that's big mainstream. That's the whole idea with Shib is getting that logo out there and letting the person that doesn't know about Shib know about Shib. To see that logo and ask, what is that? And then they do more research and they learn that it could be an investment future.
What is that?
If you notice, we don't really do that with Bone or Leash. So that's why we're going out to the John Richmonds and the other stuff, and they're helping our community have a face, if that makes sense, Matt.
It does. It does make sense.
And just very quickly, because I completely forgot before, you did mention what does JR do for Shib. I will just touch on that quickly. Don't forget all of their stores once our collection is live with them, which will be on the dog walks of Milan later in September this year. Don't forget that Shib is used to purchase those clothes. They will also have a burning percentage on their stores. And this is the in-store locations as well as the online stores and distribution. So it's a full implementation and a full Shib collection. I mean, just imagine all it takes is one celebrity, which, I mean, JR have many, many connections to, at a red carpet event. Who are you wearing? And they say, John Richmond Shib collaboration. Whew,
Yeah, they'll say John Richmond.
That, so.
Yeah, I think that's, just to add one last piece, I think that's might not add as much, because if you have companies that actually take Shib off their balance sheet, like say AMC, you know, AMC, you spend at AMC and they're taking it off their balance sheet. Basically, nobody's holding it, so it's not going to be really good for Shib. So buying a depreciating asset with an appreciating asset is not really that great. But it is great to be able to have any type of use, nonetheless.
I think you just need to wait and see how
Queenie,
it results.
I gotta caution you, Queenie.
Thank you.
No, it's all I said. It's all I said, Ralph.
I know you guys are passionate. We've got people in the hopper waiting to get up here and running on time.
Yes.
But Matthew, you got an earful. You got a lot to go on. Stick around. If we have time at the end, I will bring you back up again. If not, obviously, people's DMs are open. Mine aren't, unfortunately, but these people are. But then again, I'm not part of this, so I'm just here to police and bully people out of the space and hurry up. So listen, Matt, great. I'm going to bring it down, and we're going to bring up the next person. Stick around, and good conversation. I got you. Tough questions are always good, right? All right, guys. Up next, we've got come in here. Okay, I know we were trying to get. Yeah, I'm gonna get up Fabrizio here because he's available, and I had him up before. So, and he's gone. Okay, so I'm sorry.
I see him here.
Is he there?
No,
There he is. There he is.
Yeah.
He's coming up there. All right, perfect. Got him up, going on. So we've got little Buzz, Fabrizio. How you doing tonight?
Hey guys, how are you?
I'm doing well. Can you just introduce yourself to everybody?
Well, I'm a digital content creator for cryptocurrencies and online businesses here in Ecuador, and I've been following Shiba Inu since almost its first appearances, and start doing videos about it. I think like 80% of my subscriber count is like Shiba Inu holders, so pretty strong with Shib. So yeah, and thanks for having me here. I think I'm the only one from the Spanish speaking and Latino community, so thanks a lot for not letting us behind. And yeah, so I have some questions that I would really love to be answered and discussed with you guys.
Well, fire away on your first question.
Well, I was thinking about the process in which like someone launches a project. Like I will always think that it's just my opinion, then building like a sustainable environment and then build utility will be the order. But you guys been developing the Shiba Swap. Now you're working. You did the NFTs. You did the metaverse and this and that. And then I assume it will come the Shibarium. So my question will be like to understand, because there's like some people ask this a lot, is why is it the Shibarium at last and not at first?
I'm happy to take that one, unless someone else wants to. No? Okay. That's a really, really good question, Fabrizio. So the reason, look, we would love for Shibarium to be first. I will put that out there. There were many things that we were hoping we could have Shibarium completed for before. But unfortunately, the Shib train doesn't wait for anybody, including us. For the level of quality and security required and testing, collaboration with X Fund, everything like that, unfortunately, it just takes time. And we were thankfully in a position where we've built such a strong community and such a valuable team. We had the resources to make progress on the other projects. Another thing that I really like to sort of share with people and clarify on is, because we do have 3 main developers and project leads, being Shaitoshi, Carl, and Eric, we are able to take a sort of triple-pronged approach in our development. So they actually helm the different projects all at the same time. So Carl has been working diligently on just about every aspect of all of our projects and launching, Shib.io and things like that. He does all of those, but he's also just been hammering away at Shibarium and working with X Fund this entire time. So that really just puts into perspective how much work goes into developing something like this, especially when, again, because we do take security so sincerely, and so, it really is something very near and dear to our hearts as a team, is protecting everybody. We work with pretty limited teams as well. So limited personnel, being led by one main developer. It's something that, we get everything done as quickly as we can, but to ensure quality, we will always take that time. But that's not to say that we prioritized the metaverse or the games or anything like that over Shibarium. I really want to stress that that's not the case. So Shibarium has been under development this entire time. It was purely that the people with the skill sets for these other projects were available, so we began work on those and we pushed those along. So I'm part of the game development team. I could not do anything to help develop Shibarium because it's not where my skill sets lie. So hopefully that answers your question and provides a bit of clarity.
Yeah. I understand the complexity of the Shibarium, and it makes sense. But yeah. So to move on, my second question is, it adds a little bit of context first in order to be fully expressed. But the thing is that we know, in terms, I'm gonna be talking about the ecosystem. So in terms of Bone, like I'm really like going heavy on Bone. It's simple in terms of gas fees, governance. There's like huge utility. Like then we have Leash. I know Leash like acts like a store of value, for early access to different features. But we've seen a bunch of parts of the ecosystem focus on different types of utility. But there's like one main utility in the crypto space that determines the long-term future of a asset, which is like payments. Like people, like most of the people ask me, like, so where should I invest in crypto? And I always say, look out for the cryptos that have a sustainable environment where people don't buy it for it to make money. They buy it for use it. So like payments is a big part of this. And myself as a business owner, I will never want to be paid in a volatile asset. I would like to be paid in a stable asset. And that's what Ryoshi said on the manifesto. Like one of the first, like he stated the example of, I don't know, somewhere in Europe, somebody paying fish with Shib. So there we have Shib for payments, and using the Shibarium, like, is no fees. So where's my question, going like exactly to the question, is where's Shib really behind in terms of, I understand that Shib is like the representation of the movement of decentralization and the whole project. But like people, and I'm talking for the Spanish speaking audiences, that I've been reading a lot of people like getting mad because they feel, which I don't think that way, but they feel that Shib is being left behind. So taking in consideration all these things that I said, really, where's like Shib behind? Like you said, Shib was currency. I will see Shib, the stablecoin, as a currency. So is Shiba Inu is just gonna be like the representation of the movement? And with all these features, they're gonna like bring like FOMO to the ecosystem, and I think it will eventually pump. But really, Shiba Inu, what is gonna be used for?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that one. So she is basically the stable coin. So whether you're using USDT or USDC right now, that's basically what we're going to utilize She for. So in right now, I think I need to remind everybody that Shib is currently being used as a currency in hundreds of small businesses around the world right now, also with a burn mechanism in place. So this gets overlooked because it is some of these smaller shops that are using it, but we've also got some bigger businesses utilizing Shib as a payment method through Now Payments. So this is definitely something that is being currently utilized and will continue to be utilized as a currency on Shibarium. So if anything, the utility as a currency is just going to get bigger. But sometimes you just want a stable coin where that makes sense, because right now, if you're buying something in Shib and you see that the price is fluctuating by a certain amount, as a business owner, you're going to charge a certain premium to make sure that you don't fall below that volatility for the day, that you can change that over, use it to pay your suppliers. I mean, in business, you're looking at cash flow, not hodling. So with that, Shib is going to have to be converted to something pretty instantaneously to maintain your profit margins, or you're going to end up paying more for a product with Shib.
Just but
volatility.
Stating what you just said, if I myself see like Shiba Inu being accepted like in everywhere, I'm talking as a business owner, not as a someone who loves Shiba Inu and wants to accept payments, because what you said is true. There's a lot of places that accept Shiba Inu as a form of payment, but business owners will need to monetize that, and like having a full expansion of Shiba Inu as a form of payment will absolutely expand the selling power, the selling force for this asset. So it's a little bit, I know that it's hard to figure out the right way, but like those are the concerns that always pop in my mind. Like, yeah, I've seen a lot of people accepting Shiba Inu, but I wouldn't be like, if I accepted Shiba Inu and I need to pay my rent, I need to pay my bills, like I would sell Shiba Inu to pay for my stuff. So like that's where you use a stable coin.
Right now, when we move to Shibarium, I think you're going to really see that adoption. So right now, if you're trying to buy a cup of coffee or just interact with a small business, let's say you go to a cafe that accepts Shiba Inu and you're paying for a average $14 ticket size, you're going to pay more in gas
for
than
coffee?
you are for that. And we're going to see a lot more adoption, and Shiba Inu will still remain as a currency. It's a currency right now, even though, fairly limited. We've only got several hundred businesses around the world. When we reach thousands on Shibarium and tens of thousands of businesses, you're going to see a lot different perspective when those transactions
I always tell this to the community that the Shibarium is going to be a game changer, but they get so, like, I've seen people getting so anxious for the Shibarium, and that is the main question. I recommend, please go ask when Shibarium. I personally don't care when Shibarium, because Shibarium is going to be like the starting point of my whole adventure. so like I really don't care when Shibarium goes out, but that you said it, like Shibarium is gonna make an ease on transactions. That's what I would think, and that was really like the main thing I was always asking, why not Shibarium first? But yeah, and but thanks for answering that. And
yeah, I think one tag on there as well.
May I just step in really quick
Sure.
to comment something? But this is from Eric, and for Shibarium, and something that people need to understand is that Shibarium, yes, it's in the works, it's coming, awesome, but we need to develop to build towards it too, and L2 is just as good as the projects it holds. So we have seen other projects, and these other projects are building for Shibarium. They're building towards it. So we need to also, kind of get them to the details of how they are going to get supported from our end but how they are going to work from their end to support Shibarium going forward. So you need to understand, and everyone needs to understand, that we're not going to be bottlenecking Shibarium development, but there's other projects that will need to help. And
that's
so when developing in parallel projects, each one will have a different team.
Yeah, of course. I understand. Like, if you would have built the Shibarium first, you would have limited to what we have. But if we, I get it now. I get it. If you build like the features first, then you will do a blockchain that benefits all this ecosystem, because you don't know what you're going to have in the future. So now I understand.
Exactly.
Really good answer.
There's a bunch of moving pieces, and when you're having parallel projects with different teams, I mean, isn't that what decentralization is?
Hello?
No.
Can you hear him, Fabrizio? Fabrizio, can you hear us? I can hear you, Trophius. Fabrizio.
Okay.
Fabrizio, can you hear us? Oh, yeah, I think we're losing Fabrizio there on the blockchain. So,
classic space road.
I just wanted to put that really quick in.
Yeah, no.
It does come down to the projects, and it really centers in on developing the projects that will be on the platform or on the blockchain. And if there's a project out there that is building for Shibarium, then that just strengthens Shibarium. It strengthens the entire ecosystem for it too.
Yeah.
For Shi and Bone. Bone is the governance token. Bone is the gas token.
Yeah.
So it's going to strengthen everything.
Yeah.
You get more utility out of everything from there. More projects come on. You're becoming a bigger blockchain that people are utilizing.
Of course. Like when new blockchains get launched, people get hyped of the new ecosystems developed on that blockchain. This new blockchain will come with all these ecosystems already running. I completely get it. It makes a lot of sense.
Okay. Listen, guys, I don't mean to cut things short. Fabrizio, really good questions, and I'm glad you brought them up, and I hope you got the answers you wanted. Trophius obviously expressed what a lot of people are thinking about decentralization, different teams working together collectively to bring forward a product. And the timing thing is always a question that I think I've seen throughout the things. But anyways, Fabrizio, thank you very much. I'm going to have to move you on, and I'm going to bring up December next. Stick around. I'm going to bring you down, and I hope you have a great day. And now we have... yeah, go ahead. You still there?
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
All right, Fabrizio, have a good night. All right, I'm going to bring it down, and we have December. How you doing, December?
What's good? Appreciate you for having me. How y'all feeling?
No problem. Doing well. Can you introduce yourself to the crowd here, December?
Shout out to all the future millionaires that rock with me on the channel. So I'm a YouTuber, also educator. I teach people about investing. So I have a few different courses that I already started teaching before I got on YouTube. So I already had a following. And then once I got on YouTube, we started covering trading stock options and things like that. And, crypto got hot right in that wave. So we, focused more on that. Shiba Inu, became one of those tokens we focused on and been covering it ever since. So, it's a little bit about my background and just here to ask a couple questions, really.
Yeah, not a problem. I think we've talked before, right, December? You sound familiar. But listen, go ahead. Ask your first question.
Okay, first off, I want to say shout out to all the team members, all the devs, the community members helping hold it down. Make sure y'all follow me, man. I'm following y'all, so tap in with me. But my first question is, I heard Queenie mention that, and also Archangel mentioned anyone can basically build around Shib. I wanted to know, does the team support these efforts? And, what should we do to, officially bring it to the team if there is something that, we feel will help in the overall push of Shib?
Number one, yes, we do support it. It's just that there's a difference between what we can publicly support and promote versus... there's a difference between us supporting it blanket, like, we love seeing the community initiatives. It's honestly, especially for me personally, it's one of my favorite parts about being part of the growth team is people who reach out to me and all of the things that I see. However, as I mentioned before, security is paramount. We do not want our community exploited by scammers and people looking to, exploit the community in essence. And it even comes down to simple things like they say they will, do X, Y, Z with 60% and ABC with 40%, but then come us investigating or them going about it, it's like, oh, they actually only did a 20% contribution to the community instead. So it's a bit nuanced, but I just wanted to jump in at the start and say that, yes, we absolutely support it. As we said, building around Shib, all of these community initiatives, accepting it in your store or as payment for a hobby you do or anything like that, fantastic, and we love it. I imagine a defense person would be best to speak on the second half, though, so I will leave it there.
Thank you for that.
That's right.
Anyone in defense want to stack on?
Or even Archangel, if anybody else wanted to add on.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Scorches.
Oh, not me. I'm not on defense. I was just thinking that they would want to, UB maybe would want to talk about that or True.
Could you repeat the second part? Sorry, I was spaced out there for a moment. Forgive me.
It was regarding how to go about collaborating and bringing ideas.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, all you have to do is if you have a project, put something together. You go to our Discord, you make a ticket, just say exactly what you're trying to do. One of the defense members will look it over when we have time. We do have quite a list to look at anyway. But when we start looking at it, then we'll start having questions with you, kind of interact, try to figure out exactly what the end goal is and what you would like to do for our community. And then after that, then we'll go more of a private with your token or with your project or anything like that to make sure everything's kosher. Then after that, it'll go to the growth breed. But we're more than welcome. All you have to do is just make a ticket in Discord, and me or someone else will be happy to take a look at it and answer any questions, or if we have to investigate a little bit more. But then it goes to the growth breed after that.
All right. Okay.
If that makes any sense, or if that was answering that question.
Yeah, it answers that. But I was, wondering also, like, for some of us YouTube content creators that, maybe y'all might be more familiar with, is there a more direct way, that y'all will welcome?
As in for endorsement of
just
YouTube channels, or
for communicating.
For communicating
with some of these ideas to bounce them back and forth.
Yeah. Well, that actually happens within the tickets. So it is a direct messaging functionality. It's not like an auto bot or anything like that.
Are you talking about for statements, like for special exclusives or something to that effect?
Well, no, just like with the content creators that are, more known in the community, being able to have a direct way to bring ideas to you guys and, figure out how we can go about that.
Yeah, I mean, the Discord's probably about as direct as you can get. You can reach any member of growth or defense.
Or Telegram.
Or Telegram, yeah.
Unknown.
Yeah, we don't really have anything on Twitter. I know the wiki will offer a way to have a more of a, not really a direct approach, but it'll have a form to fill out that'll go to each of the breeds. But for the direct communication, yeah, it would just be Discord through the help desk system that the swap helpers help us on, and just going that route. I think each case is different. We normally, when we look at a project, we either kind of send it along its way to growth, or we just kind of do what UB said and kind of investigate it a little bit more, have discussions as a whole, and kind of understand the project a little bit better, and then we'll direct you to the right area of where growth will have you.
Night, Cloney.
Hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, we've already kind of.
I mean,
we're trying to make it as direct as we can already.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Satoshi. You know, I speak with I chop it up with Satoshi in the DM, so that's a direct line. But I was more just speaking in general for everyone. But that does answer the question. But my second question is, what is something that you guys would like to see us do as a community that, you know, can help push the ecosystem forward more? Like, is there something that you guys sit back and think about, like, okay, we got these YouTubers that do this, they, you know, make the content on it, but we would like them to do something like this, or, you know, focus more in this area, or is it something like that that y'all would like to see?
I think the beauty of our community is the vibrance and diversity of it. So I personally enjoy that we have such an array of content providers. I think it would be kind of cool, I guess, if we could give direction to YouTubers to make content. It's not something I think we would ever want to control the narrative of, because part of the value, of course, of content creators is that they are representatives of the community, and that is why we tried to bring up a relatively diverse spread to this AMA. I guess, realistically, if you have any questions and you are thinking of ideas for Shib and you want to know our opinions of, like, hey, like, what do you guys want to see a video on? It's really just a matter of reaching out to the community or to the team.
Come on.
If that's something you want to help, like Archangel, for example, he puts together tutorials for us, so that's why we promote his channel as well. So I hope that I've understood your question correctly.
You can promote mine too, cool.
Add on to that, and it was just said, on the back end, are you for the content creators, and you're wanting I'll say it, like a special room, just so for when we may have like a beta of something, or some to that extent, and you want to have first dibs, or for the
that'd definitely be helpful,
showcase.
Something like that.
Yeah, we don't have any comments right now, but I think in the future that might be something we could help with. Yes.
Okay, and I just had one quick question. Would there be anything that the holders have to do once we switch to like the new version? Will they have to swap tokens or anything like that?
Yep.
There will be a bridge, and it will involve a migration. We don't have the specific details as of yet, but they will be provided ahead of time.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank y'all. That's all I got for that.
Make
sure everybody follows me, December DeMarco, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Appreciate y'all for letting me pull up.
Thank you so much. I love your energy.
Yeah. December,
Thank you for coming up.
Thanks for coming up. And good question. After we move along, stick around. I'll bring it down. And I have Shib Planet, who is next up.
Queenie, your fellow Aussie.
Yeah, hello. How you doing?
Hey guys, how you doing? This is Ace from Shib Planet. How's everyone doing?
Doing well there, Shib Planet. So you might know a few of the breeds here, but could you introduce yourself to the rest of the audience?
Yeah, sure. My name is Ace. I represent the Shib Planet channel. I pretty much joined Shib around a similar time as everyone else, probably around early April as well. And the focus of my channel is pretty much to provide information, and I run simulations, about Shib. I do some market interpretation. I have a background in finance. I've been working as a finance analyst for 10 plus years in various roles. So I like to think I have an understanding of how the finance space sort of works. So I was naturally drawn into crypto. So I tend to let a lot of that sort of style flow into my genre of channel. And and I've just been, I'm very excited for the ecosystem. Very big supporter. I own absolutely every, token, at the moment, and look forward to the rest.
All right, that's awesome. Now, as you know, Shib Planet, because I've seen you around, I like to pick on Australians a lot.
Leave him alone, Rowdy.
What is your question for the breed?
Yeah, sure. Before I start with my question, I'll probably start off with a comment first, because I do notice that most of the questions have been fairly similar. And I'd just like to let everyone know, as YouTubers, a lot of the questions which we're asking in this forum, they're actually an echo of stuff which we see in our comment sections already. So it's not just from us as well. So my general comment is I do think there will be a need for some sort of portal where a lot of this is answered at once. I know there's a wiki which is being worked on in the background. I do think that's actually very important, because we used to rely on the white paper or the wolf paper early, back when Shib started. So a lot of the questions were different. But I don't know if anyone wants to comment on the progress of the wiki. I know there's going to be a specific dedicated portal where a lot of these things are going to be answered.
Yeah,
I do think that is extremely important, because if us as YouTubers are asking these questions, that's a reflection of what is not necessarily understood in the community as well. And I think if there was a portal where we could just send people to, and they can watch some sort of trailer which answers their core questions, where the core questions, whether that be the value of the SHIB, the view of the ecosystem, so they can get it. I like to think I get it, but clearly not everyone else does. So I don't know. So what is the progress on that portal, being made? Because I think it's important. Yeah.
So I'm not going to give out any release time information, just because I really hate giving deadlines. Mm-hmm. But I will say that it's going to start with the V3 of the Wolf paper, and we're going to kind of break it down in a way that holds true to what Ryoshi's Vision's medium has at the core. Yep. And of course, we're going to talk about the DAO. We're going to talk about Certic. We're going to talk about Shiboshis. We're going to talk about the partnerships. It's all being baked into the version 3 of the Wolf paper, or our white paper. And that'll be a continuous update. There will be no versions after that. Whenever a change is done, it'll go onto that page directly. And of course, the community will know when the updates gets pushed through and everything. We'll make announcements off of that, but that's, future stuff. For, the wiki itself, when it comes to tutorials, learning about more of the ecosystem, whether it's Shiba swaps, Shibarium, or what have you, that's going to be released a little bit later. But at the basic core of it all, you're going to have the Wolf paper start the process of it all.
Okay, no, that
and
sounds
the Wolf
good.
paper is in the works right now. We have all of the sections done. The general size of the template is done. Now it's just making it look amazing. And
these guys either have to be really busy,
it's already been built,
or
it's coming along. It's progressing.
Kind of slow.
Progressing. It's looking really good.
Okay, no, that's all good. Will it be able to answer Clay's and Matthew's questions to satisfaction?
I'd like to think so.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying our best, but we won't please everyone. We already know that. And that's just, the fact of life. But
fair enough.
We do have a partnerships page on it. We will have a community recognition page. We're thinking about the community for this. And it's not just going to be on us taking care of the wiki. In the future expansion of the wiki, you will have other community members pitching in and writing articles, and that's going to be the beauty of this wiki. It's not just going to be a wiki, it's going to be an educational platform that is educated around Shib's ecosystem. But then you can also talk about security measures, how to stay safe, how to use MetaMask, how to use XYZ, hardware wallet. You can expand out for a community-based documentation area and have it really, really nice community built into the core of it. And that's the view that we have for the wiki itself.
And on that, I think it's a really important aspect, that education section, something that I personally am really passionate about as well, because as I mentioned earlier, we do recognize that SHIB was a lot of people's first cryptocurrencies, including myself. And being so new and changing so frequently, the decentralized space and cryptocurrency as a whole, it is confusing. If you're not particularly tech or finance savvy, it can be a bit of a struggle. So that's something that we really want to be able to facilitate the understanding of. So yeah, it'll be a living document, as Travis said. It'll feature the obviously the V3 with paper, but sections that we can expand and adapt and grow accordingly as the community's desires and needs change, and so that we can meet them from an informational perspective. Because as I always say, the number one cure to FUD is education. Misinformation is the only enemy that we really have.
Awesome. Thanks for that response, Queenie.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. For my next question, I wanted to ask maybe something more on the ecosystem development, side. How are things looking, with play side and the play to earn game at the moment? I do know that PlaySide is developing our mobile and PC non-crypto version. So is there any updates which we've heard, like progress? I have seen a few artwork here and there, and it looks really, really, really good.
Yeah.
And are you able to, in this forum, give us some teasers or anything which we can tell the community, get people excited?
So I think I can take this one. So I have access to the development sort of what's the word? The developer app version of the game, if that makes sense. Like I've completely gone blank on what it's called. Development build. Thank you, build. That's the word. I have that on my phone currently. I have been testing it with each iteration. The work that PlaySide is doing is amazing. I cannot speak more highly, and Rowdy might accuse me of bias because I'm Aussie and so are they, but it's phenomenal. The only reason you haven't seen more teasers is that it's not I think I'm getting echo somewhere. It's not ours to leak or tease at the moment, because up until the contract's completion and the actual sort of finalization of the game itself, we technically don't own it. These are PlaySide's efforts and assets, and we can't obviously share that without permission. So I am currently working on trying to get some sort of teaser or promotion underway with PlaySide, because obviously we do work very closely with them on this. At this time, I can't share any visuals or give anything away, but all I can say is that I am an avid gamer. I have been my entire life. I love card games, especially. It's very unique. It's doing a lot of justice, and one thing that I think is especially important for this version, because it is obviously the non-blockchain version, I think they have done a really good job of making it both nostalgic and endearing to people who hold Shib, with inside jokes and kind of puns and things for the cryptocurrency community, but they've also made it really approachable for people who just want to approach it as a game. So they could play this without really knowing that it's a crypto game, which I think is really, really important to the success of a mobile game. It's very beautifully done. The artwork is incredible. The aesthetic, the ambience, everything is I'm very satisfied, and honestly pleasantly surprised. I knew it would be good. I didn't think it would be this good this quickly. So obviously we'll see how the actual final builds go. I'm really hoping that we can share something a little bit more substantial soon. And for those of the people out there who own Shiboshis, because obviously we'll be adapting this version of the game as the blockchain one, if you're attached to your Shiboshi, especially visually, you're going to really appreciate some of the elements of this of the game. So still a bit of a watch this space, but I'm trying to get some permission from PlaySide to share some extra things.
That's cool. And since you have mentioned the blockchain version, is there anything that you or anyone on the team can mention? You have mentioned some progress updates, obviously, with the play side. What about the play to earn? Are you going to wait until that's completed to be able to use similar assets, for the blockchain version?
Yeah. So we do need to wait until the sort of majority of the assets and pardon me, the bulk of the PlaySide version is done. I believe the actual blockchain integration aspects or any of the tokenomics involved, or with the obviously with the play to earn and Shiboshi elements, that is being, it's been conceptualized. It is being worked on, and development in what capacities we can is underway. But yeah, it really is just waiting on the completion of that contract, which kudos to PlaySide, considering they've got their own projects going on. And obviously we're not the only people who have contracted them for work. They have done a really good job of making this progress and meeting the targets. I would be really surprised if we didn't hit that release window of Q1 FY22, 23, which is obviously July to September.
Of course they will. They're Australian. They'll hit that.
Yeah, we just get it done.
I don't know about that there, Queen. I'm confused because I think I'm going to have to play the game upside down, down under all that stuff. But listen, Shib Planet, I don't need to wrap things up.
All good, man. I'm done anyway.
Great questions and great discussion. And we're going to have to bring up the next guy there. And just if some of the guests disappeared into the blockchain, so we've lost a couple of guests there. I'm not sure. We're looking for them now. If they don't come up, I apologize on behalf of Shiba Sessions. Twitter does that. It'll do weird things to you. So, Shiba Planet, thank you very much for your questions, and I hope you have a good time down under there.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
All right. So, next up, we have Coin Din, if I pronounced it right, and I will not try to pronounce your first name. You can let me know what that is, Coin Din. How you doing tonight?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
I have two short questions.
Okay, can you introduce yourself? First off, could you introduce yourself and let us know who you are and what you're about?
Mm-hmm. My first question is, can Shiba create job opportunities for people in the upcoming days? If yes, what will you do for this? Thanks.
Yeah, thank you for your question. I really appreciate coming on. I know you were a little worried about any potential translation issues. Job opportunities within the team or just within the ecosystem as a whole? Could you clarify?
Okay, I think he's having some problems with his mute button there. Why don't you just go on both of those there, Queenie?
Yeah, sure. So within the team, we're always scouting within the community for people who are making concerted efforts and really showcasing their skills and talents. We do try to, bring people in as much as possible. We've had quite a lot of lovely new members to the growth breed as well as the defense breed. So job opportunities, I guess I define job loosely, but definitely opportunities to contribute and be part of the team are prevalent. Within the ecosystem, I guess it depends really. Shib can stimulate certain parts of the economy, and as we've seen with the work in Venezuela and the Shib zone there, I think Shib has likely given a lot of people an avenue for creation of business and jobs through that as well. So it's a bit of a broad question, but it is something I view positively. So I hope that helps.
Okay, Coinen, that was your first question answered, and you had a second one.
Thanks. My second one, what will be the difference of Shiba Inu from Avalanche, Solana, and Ethereum?
Yeah, well, so they're all a little bit different there. So Avalanche, you said Avalanche, Solana, and Ethereum, was it?
Yep.
Yeah. So obviously Ethereum is the base layer, and Avalanche and Solana offshoots. With, I think Polygon is probably relevant here too. So they're the layer 2 scaling solutions. In terms of differences to our competitors, I think the major part is that while our goals are similar, which is to speed up transactions and lower the costs, the main thing about Shibarium is that ecosystem focus. So its base functionality and goal is as I mentioned, to make it cheaper and faster, but the inherent value of Shibarium, developing it in-house and from within the team, is that idea of incorporating our entire ecosystem so that it can grow and flourish on top of it. So it will be the way it integrates with our tokens, with our NFTs, and with our community as a broader aspect.
Yeah, and just to add on to that, Queenie, I think that's a really important differentiation with Shibarium, in that all of the ecosystem projects will be integrated with Shibarium as much as possible. And, you know, some of the other layer 2s, like Polygon, for example, kind of saw this writing on the wall, so to speak. So they actually created something called Polygon Studios, I believe, just a short time ago, maybe a few months ago, maybe a year ago. Time kind of flies by for me on that perspective. But yeah, so we're kind of doing things in a little bit reverse, but we've got the community, we've got the ecosystem, and we're creating Shibarium to act as the fluidity for that ecosystem, so everything can operate very quickly and very cheaply for the things that we've already got. So other layer 2s, they're kind of acting like the foundation, and we're underpinning our ecosystem with a foundation that with where the ecosystem already exists.
Okay, Coinian, I hope that answered your questions. And I know you're probably having a bit of a button with the mute there, and I hope the translation's getting across to you. Guys, we're coming down to the end of the hour and the end of the guests tonight. So before we wrap things up, I would first of all like to thank everybody for participating tonight. Now, I really want to encourage people to remain their passion in cryptocurrency as well too. Tough questions are important. Delivery is also important. And there were some really good points and nuggets brought out tonight by everybody involved. And as an investor myself, one thing that I would really encourage is the do your own research. More specifically, one of the key points here that's coming out as we see these projects evolve is the understanding of stable coins. And I think a lot of people have a misconception of what stable coins are. So I encourage you, I'm not going to get into it with you, but I encourage you to go in, research what cryptocurrency stable coins are used for, and trading pairs and retaining equity in the crypto market instead of turning it into fiat. Now, another point too is why we're going on through this and we're looking at Shiba as a project moving forward, the security and safety and the observation and lessons learned from other projects and everything that's being evolved from that. One of the key events that happened this week in a huge bear market was brought up. UB, thanks for bringing that up, and that is Ape. And what we saw with Ape on the launch of their metaverse and the price action that took place on that, take a look at that. You're gonna learn some lessons there, important lessons. Patience is key. We are so early in the cryptocurrency market right now, and I understand people have a lot of passion and they want a lot of clarity and they want a lot of transparency. You, as YouTubers coming up here, I encourage you to realize that this is a two-way street as well, too. And that's why there's hesitation sometimes, because we've had some issues in the past, not we, like as Shiba Project, in the cryptocurrency market. And you have a moral and ethical responsibility to make sure the transparency is just the same on your side as well, too. So, guys, thank you so very, very much for coming up this evening. I applaud everybody in their questions and value and respect all of you. Archangel, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, just again, I appreciate everybody coming out, and I think, you know, just having this AMA strictly for content creators is a step in the direction of that two-way communication you were talking about, and just the transparency and just not trying to twist words or just cut clips. of different segments, but really diving in to understand the full ecosystem and the paradigm that lives on. Just going back to Ryoshi's mediums, that's kind of like the foundational aspect of what Shib started as, and then all of the expansion out of that is pretty amazing. This, again, it's not a short-term project. I've seen so many short-term projects that have all these manipulations within their contract, and whether that's I'm not going to get into the burns or reflections right now, but this is a foundational project that has many pieces working together for it, and I think the long-term view on this is probably not something that's as much appreciated in the crypto world, but definitely appreciated in maybe more the traditional finance world. But yeah, it's definitely something that I believe is going in the right direction, and I put my money where my mouth is on that.
Queenie, you got any passing words you want to pass on?
Mostly just to say thank you to everybody. Also, I'm sorry if I was just typing then and I wasn't muted. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who turned up, to all of the content creators who made time to be here and to collect those questions from the community. It's something that I want everyone to know we don't take for granted. I know that, again, maybe because I'm one of the more vocal members of the team on Twitter, and I kind of get my hands dirty with the comments that some would just label pointless FUD. Your opinions are valued, and I'm really grateful that we have a community in which people feel comfortable sharing them. The only thing I would say is that it's important to not let our hearts rule our investments. You can be passionate about Shib and be passionate about the project and the ecosystem and everything we're building. But when it comes to price and it comes to the numbers, please remember that we are as much at mercy to them as the rest of you. There's nothing we can do about the price. There is nothing we can do about what CMC put on their website as the circulating supply. All we can do is provide our perspectives, our information, and understanding to the community. And realistically just ride the waves of the market with everybody else. So in essence, basically what I'm just trying to say is that if you're upset about the price, or you're feeling anxious about bear markets, or you feel that, that apprehension of, oh no, did I make the wrong decision? When you have those feelings, all I would ask is that people just take a moment, a beat, just a pause to consider whether or not that stems from the behavior of the project and things within our control, or the behavior of the overall market and investment, because we are just people at the end of the day, and the questions that we want to be able to tackle are the genuine fears and concerns, not people who are just panicking because they're losing money. And again, not to say that your concerns aren't valid. Of course, we want to see everybody prosper and make money. But as a point of what we can do, what we can help you with, what we can, share our perspectives and feelings on, that's not something that we can do. So take from that what you will. It's just a little thing that I've noticed floating around. There are people who I think will snap at us or snap at other community members only to turn around after a proper discussion and say, yeah, I know, I'm just a bit disappointed that, we're still down after X amount of months. So I think during these times, self-reflection, introspection, and patience with one another is critical. We're a very strong community. We have come through an entire year and a half of just so many different things. We've had market ups, we've had market downs, we've had good news and bad news, and win after win, change after change, regulations and governments, changing rules. There's been global conflict. There's been inquiries into many tokens, there's been rug pulls, there's been the ongoing SEC Ripple debate. It's a lot. It really is. It's overwhelming, and there's nothing wrong with taking a break. Shib isn't going anywhere. So before you lash out at your fellow community members or the team, just take a moment and just breathe and ask yourself, really, what is the root of your upset?
Dude, I think Queenie can talk more than I can.
Whether or not sometimes you just need to hit pause for a bit and just...
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Queenie. And you know what? Just to digress from that, I always tell people I know in my life, if you're upset and you're having a hard time, stuff like that, just try to say the word bubbles as angry as you can, and I guarantee your day will be better after that. Scorchia, do you have anything you want to say, Scorchia?
Dude, Scorchia's sleeping.
I don't think Scorchia wants to say anything. I'm calling her out, but she doesn't want to. Deco, you want to say anything?
I'll say something. What's up, bud?
Hey, man. I haven't made fun of you in a while. How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I hope everybody had a great time listening to the space. Thank you for everybody that stopped in. I know I didn't really get to talk much personally, but hey, I'm glad that we all got everybody together and got to answer some questions. And don't be afraid to reach out to us on Discord. We're always there.
All right, Trophius, you want to pass anything on?
No, just thank you for coming to listen and taking some, answers from us. And sorry that we couldn't really, answer everything to our, best capabilities. But security is very important, and we do take it very seriously. But thank you for all the questions, and we will get them answered. I promise you. But it will take some time for some of the more specific questions on, especially for the tax question that we got. We will formulate out everything for you guys, and we'll make sure the documentation for the bridge is accurate and very informational.
Outstanding. UB, you want to say anything?
Yeah, thanks, Roddy. Obviously, appreciate you being here and being our voice and keeping us sane. To everyone in the community, just keep going. Hopefully this mini bear market goes away and we do go into a bull run and everyone's gonna be happy. To me, to everyone, if you have any questions, our DMs are always open. Feel free to personally DM me if you have a question. If you didn't get your question answered tonight, just let us know. If someone has any more that had, say, Matt or Claybro or anything like that, my DMs are always open. I don't block anyone, nothing like that. I just want to make sure that your guys' voices are heard and help the whole community, because that's why we're here. And without the community, Shib would be nothing. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you very much. Stixel, I see you down there. Stixel, you want to say anything?
Yeah, I really just wanted to thank everyone for coming and listening tonight. I thought it was pretty fun. Sorry I didn't get to say more. Again, I think kind of same thing what Deco said is, a lot of the others here answered the questions really well. I didn't feel like I had too much to add. But again, going off of what Trophius just said and Yubi just said, we're always around to answer questions in Discord or Telegram. We try to be super easy to reach out to and get a hold of. So if there's any questions that weren't answered, or if you have any other questions or anything at all, or even just want to come and say hi, feel free to pop in and come hang out with us. We'd love to talk to you guys.
Awesome. Okay, guys, that's it for this evening. I'm really glad everyone showed up. I always say you want to change the world, don't ask permission, and that's the spirit of DeFi in my mind. So that's it. That's all we got. Go home. You can leave. There's no Marvel credit. There's no Marvel credits. There's not going to be anything coming out after this.
Dang, man, I wanted to come on again.
Listen to me. Go on. I mean, I'll say Bubble's really angry a couple of times.
Let's say really angrily. That'll
Bubbles! You're right. It does work.
It does. Yeah. Okay, Shiba Sessions. Let's shut her down.
Goodness gracious. Alright guys, well clearly we had a very long 2-hour Ask Me Anything. I'm not going to spend any time summarizing it now. I will do somewhat of a video tomorrow morning if you guys do want a summary. But yes, I do agree. A lot of good questions asked. They tried to sidestep some answers there. But, you know, hopefully they've got some good intentions and will get those answered. You know, I do have some concerns about Shibarium and the migration and the fact that the Shiba Inu coin team does not currently own the contract, but they are going to be migrating a $10 to $15 billion asset over into their control and into their hands. So, you know, it is of a little bit of concern, man. The way I think of it, if you're going to do a bank heist, you know, the easiest way to do it is to get the bank to trust you. You guys are the security guards. All of a sudden, they load your truck up, and, you know, you move on from there. So anytime you're migrating or becoming owner of a multi-billion-dollar asset like that, there is cause for concern, and a little bit of clarity and transparency is absolutely necessary. So we will dive into that a little bit more in the future. Let's see what we got here. I did see a super chat from Luke and another one, so I did want to address those. I saw that Luke might have gotten a little mad if I didn't address it. But Luke asked if you can look up if it shows ApeCoin as a payment option on OpenSea. I'm hearing rumors that OpenSea is changing from Ethereum to Ape. Thanks, bro. So currently, you cannot use ApeCoin on OpenSea. The mint for ApeCoin lands will be using ApeCoin. So if you're minting them directly from Yuga Labs, you will be using 305 ApeCoin to mint one land from Yuga Labs there. And there are 55,000 different NFT plots. It's going to be a $300 million metaverse project. But as far as OpenSea goes, no. You cannot currently use ApeCoin. From everything that I've seen, it's Ethereum, it's Solana, and a few other cryptocurrencies. But Ape is not a form of payment on there at the latest that I've seen. Is it going to change to, you know, be able to pay for ApeCoin or use ApeCoin to buy and transfer lands on OpenSea, you know, a secondary market? I mean, it is a possibility. But as of right now, I have not seen that. It is a good question. But the mint definitely uses ApeCoin. And then the next one, you know, I don't know what happens to the $20 million if it's not allocated to build the metaverse. So I do believe that once the metaverse lands sell out, the Shiba Inu coin ecosystem team will have to build that metaverse out. Now, let's just say they end up raising, you know, $80 to $100 million. If the metaverse ends up costing $60 million and they've got an excess $20 to $40 million sitting around, I would imagine it's going to go into some sort of a Shiba Inu coin wallet, very similar to what they did with the Shiboshis, okay? And then once they, you know, walk away with $20, $40 million in profit, they're most likely going to pay themselves, and they are most likely going to continue building projects for the Shiba Inu coin ecosystem. So it is, you know, that would be my best answer to that. Clearly, I'm not on the team, so I don't know how they're going to spend the money, but I would imagine it's going to be something very similar to Shiboshis. Let's see what else we got here. Who got the real questions? Thank you, Jesus, man. Appreciate all you guys. Look, we've already been here for well over 2 hours now. I'm not going to keep you guys all night. Like I say, I will do a review tomorrow morning, talk about some of the topics, and kind of give a little bit of a summary. I mean, how can you really condense, you know, 2.5 hours down into an 8-minute video? I will do my best on that, but I was sitting here the entire time, man. I was reading the entire chat. I can't remember the last time I was on my computer or really even awake at 11:13 at night. So I appreciate everybody that is staying up right now, especially if you're not in the U.S. and it's after 11 p.m. Some of you guys are probably, you know, midnight or beyond. Clay wants to visit best. Yeah, we got to go to the best boys and girls webcam chat or whatever we got there. I don't know if that's the real Satoshi or not. You know, I don't know. I will message Satoshi back on Twitter if he did message me on there, so we can start a conversation over there if that is the real Satoshi or not. You never know, guys. So anyway, smash that like button, absolutely. And look, I do want to give a shout out to, I know you guys are in here listening. We got almost as many people in here as we had in the space call. But Milkshake, Milkshake, she didn't get up there and talk or anything. She might be a little shy. Who knows? But Milkshake, man, absolutely kills it day after day after day on Twitter, posting update after update after update. And, big shout out to Milkshake for really keeping the community involved in everything that is going on there. By far, one of the staples to the Shiba Inu coin community, especially when it comes to Twitter and getting everybody involved and everybody informed on what was going on there. Nick, regardless, Milkshake a dude, Milkshake a girl, whatever Milkshake's got going on, they are definitely keeping the community involved there. So, Mark, yeah, thank you guys. Get your names in the chat real quick. We'll get some shout-outs going on. If you are new here and you have not clicked that subscribe button, we have, 3 videos a day, Shiba Inu coin, very core topic on here. Live streams twice a day, so make sure you guys come back, check out a live stream. We are live, for at least about 2.5 hours a day, and we have a lot of fun during the lives as well. So make sure to check that out. Click the subscribe button, like button, all that good stuff. And if Luke is still not in here, would one of the mods or one of the regulars that's in the live stream, if you notice him in the live stream next week, it did look like he really wanted an answer to that question, and I have not seen his name yet. Please remind me. I got the question written down right here, so I can answer it again. But I never want any super chat to go unanswered. So please remind me about Luke's question. If you guys see Luke in the chat next week or something, I really want to make sure that Luke gets that answer about ApeCoin and OpenSea payments there. So remind me if I do forget, but keep an eye out for Luke's chat. Let's see. Julia, shout out to you. Nick, JB, Pika Power, Jesus, Ernest, Victoria, Pika Power, Remy, Robert, Roberto. Sorry, forgot my cup. Danelle, 5 Generations. Glad I tweeted you directly in front of the 700,000 people. Nice, Satoshi. Shiba Whale, think for yourself. Pika Power, Jesus. Did he really? I mean, let's see if we get a message there. I don't know if we did. Mentions. Let's see. Yeah, don't see anything right now, so we're probably good. Anyway, so keep the shoutouts going. Pika Power, Jesus, Luke, Nick, Michael, Crypto, Shitoshi, DD214, Hugo, Jose, forgot my cup, Dad, Shiba Whale, think for yourself, Jose, Jesus, Victoria, Crypto, Shiba Whale, Shitoshi, Nick Taylor, JB, we've got Ernest, Junior, all of you guys that are in here. Listen, I mean, for some of you, the night might be young. For guys like me, the night is very old, and the bed is calling. So I hope that, you guys know what time it is, right? So till the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day. All right, so I do, hold on. All right, I do have to say, I don't know if he left already or not, but I was getting ready to end the live stream there, and I checked the Twitter really quick. And, yeah, guys, I mean, check this out. Hold on. Where we at? Check this out. All right, so look, it must be the real Shitoshi that is in here, because he is not faking in front of 800,000 people. So, very cool, Shitoshi. I will definitely be messaging you. And I don't know if he left already or not, but it does look like it is Shitoshi there. So, very cool, guys. And I'm going to have a great conversation with Shitoshi then about this. I honestly don't know if I'll have a conversation with him about tonight, because I really do. I really do think it's late at 11:18. But, Shitoshi, he was in here. Yeah, he was in. Dude, isn't that hilarious? He was in here, and he probably left already. But anyway, well, in front of all 152 people, Shitoshi, it is also the real me, man. Dude, did this guy really leave with only after tweeting it 2 minutes ago? Did Shitoshi leave? Oh, man. Seems like it wasn't. I mean, all right. All right, cool. Well, Shitoshi, I don't know if you're in here anymore. He said Clay. He said Clay, it's me. Yeah. Rasha, I see. I mean, we got him up here on the Twitter right now. So let's see, Clay, it's me. That's incredible that he did say it was him. If you guys want to blow him up really quick and let him know that he can come back, he can definitely come back. If not, yeah, it's gonna be probably time for bed, and then we can hang out with him tomorrow or something. But dude, you can't, like, he's talking about security, man. I can't just trust that some random dude that has the name Shitoshi Kasama is actually the real Shitoshi that is gonna be in here. I mean, what are the chances that dude is sitting in here in the live stream? So we will, looks like we're gonna have to resume that. Well, yeah, I got his DMs down there. I don't want to open his DMs in front of everybody right now, just in case he was saying something he didn't want people to see. But hey, you guys blowing this up right now or what? Oh man. What was the question? Shitoshi wants to know. I know, Javier. I know. I don't think he's going to come back, though. He probably left. The dude's probably busy. Hi, Clay. Well, hi, Dave. Dang, man. Now the terrible thing is, I'm going to have to go through, and I'm going to have to respond to every... Oh, man. I'm going to have to go through and respond to, like... How many different comments? Oh, only 40. Only 40. Shitoshi, you coming back in here, man, or not? Whether you're coming back in here or not, I don't know. Or he might be in here. I don't know. No sleep tonight. Shitoshi was going back and forth with me on here. Shiba Whale. Dude, and I the whole time, I'm sitting here thinking that it's just some dude that changed his name to Shitoshi real quick to come in here and mess around with us. Since they mentioned it on the Twitter space. How am I supposed to know it's the real Shitoshi? I guess that is one way to prove it. Let's see here. I thought some troll made it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Victoria. I thought that some dude just changed his name on his Google account, and all of a sudden he comes in here, and he's going back and forth with that name, man. How are we supposed to know about that? That's how it goes. Yeah, JB, that is how it goes, man. How am I supposed to know that that's the real Shitoshi that's sitting in here? Dude should have made it more obvious. You know, he should have made his Google name The Real Shitoshi. At least then I would have known that it was the real Shitoshi. Then, Clay's meeting. Yeah, Shiba Whale, man. So I saw that. I saw that 2 minutes after he posted it, and he already peaced out. So I don't know. Trying to add a little Oh, nice, Chuck. Yeah, anybody that did, man. Anybody that got to go back and forth with Shitoshi there for a second. And he was very active. Hugo, that's the crazy thing too. Yeah, that is very cool, man. That is very cool. Well, now he probably knows how it feels when you, I don't know, don't have any recognition or anything. So I feel bad. I mean, I do feel bad that that Shitoshi was in here in the chat, but he was kind of getting ignored because we thought he was a troll. So. All right, very interesting. It does not seem like he is going to be coming back. And I don't know, guys. We will be ending it. It doesn't seem like... Is anybody blowing him up or anything? And only Shib. No, Andrew's terrible. No. Shy broke. No. It doesn't seem like anybody's blowing him up to tell him to come back here. So, I'll give him like a couple minutes. All right, we'll see if he wants to come back. I'll stay on a couple more minutes. Guys, let's be here till 11:30 unless he doesn't show up. So we'll stay here till 11:30. 6 more minutes to see if he wants to come back or not. But I I don't know, guys. Look, this is the first Ask Me Anything that I actually got to participate in and ask questions and all that good stuff. So I was glad, I was glad to be able to ask some of the more detailed questions. Because, look, I do take a very critical approach to things, especially when you're talking about $10 billion projects with the potential to go to, $1 trillion projects. You have to be critical of that stuff. And like Matt Perry was saying, now I know that there's a little bit of a built-up animosity between Matt Perry and some of the defense breeds and things like that. So, and he was asking some good questions as well, but they've already got sort of, I don't know, like an ongoing animosity a little bit, so it may have come off a little bit different there. But Matt was absolutely right, man. You can't walk into a room and softball questions and expect to get answers. And I understand as well that they can't give answers to some specific questions. If you're talking about dates, clearly they don't know dates. They know progress reports that I do think that they could keep us updated on the progress that they're making. I think that would be beneficial. If you're talking about price, clearly they have no control over the price. But what I did get out of the discussion tonight is that, yes, Shiba Inu coin is a massive force. Yes, Shiba Inu coin is their marketing technique. Yes, Shiba Inu coin is the million plus holder token that revolutionized the world and really drew everybody in. But their focus, although they love and appreciate Shiba Inu coin, their focus is building out this ecosystem. And yeah, in that regard, talking about a stool, dude, if your stool is made of Shiba Inu coin, you're basically sitting on a stump, man. You're sitting on one giant rod that is going to hold you up. But if you're referring to it as a stool, in that regard, Shiba is just as important as Bone, is just as important as Leash, is just as important as these Shi and Treat tokens. Every single one of them is going to be necessary, and every single one of them should be beneficial to the other, but it doesn't mean that Shiba Inu coin is the focus. Now, that kind of hits the community hard, because with over 1 million holders, and the fact that Shiba Inu coin revolutionized the world, Shiba Inu coin is clearly the focus of the community, and not necessarily the focus of the ecosystem team that is out there. Their focus is on building out this ecosystem and making everything reliant on the other thing and everything having its place. If you've got a stool that's made up of, a four-legged stool and you take one away, you're likely to fall off if you lean the wrong way. So, they're building this thing out so that everything is reliant on everything else. And we're sitting here, 1 million plus strong, only seeing Shiba Inu coin. Now, I understand the difference in opinions and the difference in views there. And I hope that they do too, and realize that Shiba Inu coin is, yes, what brought them here. They would not have an ecosystem of anybody that cared about anything if Shiba Inu coin wasn't as, amazing as it is, and gained 100 million plus % in 2021, and really took the world by storm. So it's important for me to see them realize that as well. So it's going to be interesting. Because I don't have a camera on here, so I can't do the thing, but thank you very much, Pika. Appreciate that super sticker there. But it doesn't look like Satoshi's going to be coming back at this point, man. But I don't know. I did get some valuable insight into kind of what the ecosystem team is, I guess, putting their focus on. And it is a different focus than we have, right? So we're going to make sure that everything moving forward from here is, I guess, the best possible scenario for both the ecosystem and for Shiba Inu coin, right? We all want Shiba Inu coin to do well, and that's exactly what we're going to have Shiba Inu coin do as well. JJ, thank you for the super sticker. Thank you very much, JJ. Appreciate that super sticker, man. My dad pays for the cat stickers. I love your dad. Peak of power. I love your dad. Yes. You can thank your dad for all the cat stickers. Let's see, guys. It is 11:30. Does not seem like Satoshi is going to be coming back. I'm going to have to DM him, and we'll get a conversation started on there. So, very cool. And look, guys, go out to Twitter, man, and blow Satoshi up and say, one, sorry that we didn't just take for granted that it was some random dude in here with a Satoshi name. But two, blow him up and say thank you for swinging by the channel. Absolutely appreciate that. And if you are out there listening right now, Satoshi, man, thank you very much for being in here. I will DM you. We'll start a conversation there. Not going to do it in front of everybody. But I do appreciate all of you guys being in here for such a long time as well. If you're looking at the average watch time over 14 minutes, that's basically double the normal average watch time on the channel here. So I appreciate all of that. And my goodness, we got some super chats rolling in here. Mr. Nice Guy says, you should be worried that they don't want to talk about new migration contract details. Mr. Nice Guy, yeah, man, I am. That's why I'm asking those questions. You got to get the answers. You got to get the answers to that, because anytime you're migrating $10 billion, you always got to worry about it and be as careful as possible. That would be like me coming in right now and saying I built Bitcoin 2.0. All you guys have to do is migrate all of your Bitcoin over to Bitcoin 2.0, this layer 2 Bitcoin blockchain, and everything's gonna be good. I mean, imagine if I walked away with an $800 billion heist by moving everything over to this layer 2 Bitcoin blockchain. Could be a similar situation. I'm sure that they've got good intentions and everything, but you have to take a critical approach to a $10 billion migration. My goodness. I mean, you think the bank just trusts the security guards to walk around with $10 billion? No, the bank doesn't even keep $10 billion on it. Victor, thank you very much for the super chat. Clint, is that you sending me a message on Instagram? No, Victor, sorry about that, man. That is not me. Okay, I'm going to put it this way. I really don't ever direct message anybody on Instagram. I could message you back on Twitter, but I rarely ever answer or answer messages or DM anybody on Instagram. I'm going to be honest on that one, man. So that is not me messaging you on Instagram. I'm not going to ask you like how your trading's going or whatever these guys ask. Chris says, dude, what the heck? Missing a super late party stream. Missed the lives today. Lots of work. See you guys. Chris, all good, man. All good. And thank you very much for being in here and sending that super chat. It was a long live stream, man. We're well over 2.5 hours right now. So I do appreciate everybody for hanging out and being in here that long. It's not something that's easy to stay in here for such a long live stream, especially on a Friday night when you could be hanging out with friends, watching movies, going out to a restaurant, whatever you guys want to do. But I do want to say thank you very much and appreciate every single one of you. I'll message Satoshi, and please, guys, please, on my behalf, go out there and say sorry to Satoshi for us not thinking that he was the real one. And, show him the bro love, man. Go show Satoshi the bro love out on Twitter right now. Let him know that he is welcome here. We thought he was a troll, right? And then as soon as he proved it on Twitter, he left. So, absolutely appreciate Satoshi for being in here, guys. A couple more shout-outs, then we will be leaving. Jesus, Martin, Unknown, Scorpio, Remy, Christian, Jesus, Shiba Whale, Twiggy, Demcats, Remy, Jose, Pika Power, Jesus, Victor, Think For Yourself, Chuck, Crypto Epidemic, and shout out to all the guys that were on the AMA tonight too. JJ, man, shout out to you. Thank you guys very much for being in here. He knew what he was doing. Probably crypto. Probably. Victoria, shout out to you. Pika Bauer, Cigar, Shiba Whale, see you soon as well. Think for yourself. Have a great evening. Enjoy your weekend, guys. No live streams tomorrow or Sunday, but we will be back on Monday. Videos every single day. DD214, Nick, JJ, Jose, Chris, man. Thank you for another super chat. Going to sleep. Working tomorrow. Overtime. Never sleeps. Chris, that is exactly right, man. I will be, yes, going to sleep as well, man. 11:30 already. I'm going to make sure I get in bed soon here. I'm tired. I am tired, guys. So all of you guys enjoy your weekend. And now, yes, this chat was great. Unknown. This chat's always good, man. So you guys know what time it is. So if you want to say it with me, say it with me. Till the next time. Hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.